All right, all right, all right.
All right. We live or
We are live, gentlemen.
Oh, we out here.
We out here. Yeah, we out
Guess
here.
I can't have another chicken nugget then. I guess I gotta wait.
Hey.
Hold on, one more over the road. Proceed.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, idealists and visionaries, I'm your boy Ideal Tone, and we are live and we are back with another episode of Binge or Cringe.
Binge or cringe.
And I just thought I'd say, it's one of those times again where I do not have control of my show. So
Man, we taking over. We taking over. That's everybody you told. It's us. You already know who it is. It's Big Dan.
Big Dan.
Rodan. I'm coming to you live from 215. You come up with kind of slang. Somebody have sci-fi and superheroes here to welcome you to Binge or Cringe.
Binge or cringe.
That's the cringe part. That was the cringe part.
Definitely the
But I'm
cringe
not by
part.
myself. We got my man's the OG. You know who he be. Talk to him.
Yo, peoples. It's the last descendant of Yasuke. Sub overdub for all anime. Salsa dance and ninja stay on his toes. Got a sake flight ready to go. It's your boy, Hawkins Hanzo. Also known as J-Hawk.
Oop, the sound didn't come through.
The sound didn't come up, but usually there's a.
There we go.
So you might have heard it. You might not have.
I've heard
but-
it.
I mean, it's
I've heard it.
technically not our podcast, so we can't really be out here wilding. But
It's fine. He told us we could do it.
he told us we could do it.
I did. I basically, I have no control. Did I start the stream? Did I do the normal
He
introduction?
did press the button.
Obviously.
He pressed the button.
I pressed the button. That's about
Man's
it.
press the button.
So yeah, I mean, we're taking over. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
This
Of
has
course,
been
of
great.
course. Of course.
I mean, we were just here 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago for your birthday?
yeah, but yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
So that was a lot of fun. That was a wild time, actually. There was a lot of
There was so much going on in that episode. So
a lot
much.
of hot takes going on.
We don't want to talk about it.
Let's just
We
say
talk
that.
about it.
Let's just say the hottest take that night went viral.
It did. It did.
So
If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch it.
Check 'em out.
But what are we talking about tonight, Big Dan?
Oh, we talking about Blue-Eyed Samurai. Currently available to binge on Netflix.
Yes,
definitely.
So
or Cringe.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Like, you tell me about it, gentlemen. Is it worth it? Like, what's what we leaning towards? Like,
I feel like there's modifiers.
Hold on. Just to respect the show.
Right.
Is this like full spoilers? Are we like going all the way in, or are we giving it space to let people like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
is this before or after? Like when
Everyone
we
has
go,
seen it.
yeah. Like,
you know what? They know what they're getting themselves into if they walk in here.
all right, I guess we're going all in.
All right. Well, you go first. You're the you're
Shout
our
out to
anime
my
guy.
boy Dreamer Ace in the chat. Hey, bro.
Dreamer Ace. So is it worth it?
Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it in reverse. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not our podcast. We got to stop.
I was jamming. I don't know what you talking
Got a
about. Like,
Okay. No. So is it worth it?
Intrusive thoughts, man.
It is worth it in the sense that it is a good show.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's where it stops.
You gotta explain.
Nah, like
This sounds like hate.
it's not hate, and I think if so, I heard that it was dropping. I saw it. I'm not a big fan of the CGI or like the computer animated,
You
whatever
are
that
one of
art
the-
style.
you're one of the OGs.
Whatever that art style is, I'm usually not a huge fan of it. People were blowing it up like, "Oh my goodness, this is amazing! The fight scenes are amazing. This is crazy, son." And so then I watched it, kind of at behest of you. You were like, "Bro, you got this joint crazy," and so I watched it, and I was like,
That's how I sound. You're right. Completely how I sound.
I was like,
yeah, that's him to a T. To a T.
I mean, verbatim, like, where's Big Dan? Oh no, Kage Bunch no Jutsu. But I watched it and I'm like, this is good, but this isn't like blowing my mind in any way. To be fair, I'm also watching Jujutsu Kaisen on the off hours. Whenever I'm not watching, if I'm not watching Blue Eye Samurai, I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen when it comes out. So like it was yeah, it was okay. It wasn't a bad show. I think they did a lot of things really, really well. The action for me, I think the best fight scenes were when she went to the dojo.
At the beginning?
Yeah, like when she went to the dojo and then like fought the right Taigen.
Yeah.
That was like a really dope fight scene. And the Four Fangs, I'm like iffy on it. Like it was cool to see her level of skill because she's fighting on a cliffside.
Right.
Like that's really dope in like theory when you're thinking about it. But once again, like the art style, it was just like it probably wasn't the best art style to go with, or I don't know. But like
that really took you out of it, huh?
It didn't take me out of it. I'm just saying the fight scenes weren't that dope.
Mm.
It was a good story. I do have some qualms with like how it ended and like what the next season is gonna be about, but like I enjoyed the story thoroughly. It just wasn't like the fact that Kev on stage started watching anime because of this show. It's like, I mean, sure, foot in the door, but you know, it is what it is.
I think he really put his foot in the door when he started watching AOT, but that's another topic. Like,
no, he just got pushed into the pool, but it's cool.
I mean, counterpoint for one, I always respect the classics, right?
Right.
I think very 2D animation style is, especially for anime, is almost the standard, if not required.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we've seen CGI done, we've seen it done mostly poorly or very jarring. I think for this, I almost wouldn't call it an anime. Like that's how I feel about it. I don't think
animated.
It's animated, sure.
Is it not?
Is it an anime?
So it falls in that weird Avatar.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it falls in that Samurai Jack Avatar league. Like,
ooh, is Samurai Jack? I guess it's not.
It's not.
It's technically not.
I guess it's not.
It's not.
But it was okay. Yeah, Samurai Jack, Avatar.
There's homages in the combat and even the methodology of storytelling, the framework and all that. But I don't call this an anime. I wouldn't even have considered it as an entry point to anime. But all in all, I say binge. Binge to your heart's content.
Yeah, you can binge it. I'm not saying it's a bad show.
I don't. I do think they did a phenomenal casting. Like from I don't get
about the voices.
Like casting for the voices.
Sure.
And for Mizu, the way she played with her voice to where you were like, is this a man or a woman?
Mm-hmm.
And then you were like, I don't think you need to care about that right now. All you need to see is that Mizu puts hands on people.
Yeah.
Effectively.
I love that she was about that business. Like she always. Like ready to go. Her Black Force energy is kind of unmatched. Not unmatched in the show, but you gotta wait a couple of times before somebody actually like matches her.
Yeah.
With that.
I don't think storytelling wise, if I have qualms, the qualms I do have is where they were really trying to like make you question, is he like, you know,
like,
where
is Mizu a boy or a girl?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, just let's get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know this is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And let's Let's not let that be the driving force anymore for the story.
Well, I would say that it wasn't the driving force of the story, but it was the fact that she always had to hide it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I feel like they stamp it down like this is what it is. Beginning of episode 2?
No. Is it beginning? Because that's
Isn't that when she takes a bath?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was the ending episode 1, beginning episode 2.
First episode felt long to me. That's probably why.
Well, I think the second episode when she fights if that's the second episode, the dojo fight, I think that's like an hour long.
Yeah.
So makes sense. But yeah, no, I think what I was like, oh man, was the sword.
The sword breaking?
The sword breaking. And it just not being like, I get it, it's not a mystical sword, it's not like special by normal.
No, wait, I'm gonna stop you right there.
terms.
Hold up. I'm gonna stop you right there. That thing was a mystical sword the way it shined. I don't care what anybody fucking says. It just shimmered in the light, okay? That was a mystical sword.
Mystical because it shimmered different.
It shimmered, okay?
But like by anime standards, like it didn't give her like those were her skills.
Yeah.
And she just had a dope ass like sword. But then like when it breaks, for it to be like that was the master's like shining glory, like you know what I mean? Like there was so much about I feel like so much foundation brought in on like the fact that it was like a meteorite sword and nobody knew, which is another thing, but I don't know. I was for her to just be like, all right, fuck that sword.
Make another sword.
I'm going to London. I'm like, that's the next topic. But how did you feel about?
I feel like what impressed me the most was how effective the communication was, where it felt like anime, but not like the way that the dialogue was given. Largely due to the fact that everything was in English.
Yeah.
And every actor still portrayed like the time and what it was set in, with the exception of Ringo. Sometimes Ringo felt out of place.
Was he bald man?
Man,
no hands?
Yeah. He was big comedy relief, and I was like, but I get it. You kind of need it. You need levity for this kind of story.
No.
And I feel like he was also, what do you call it? He was the conscience. He was the
heart of the show.
Yeah, he was the heart. Like
moral
he was a good natured guy. Like,
and I think the first time the gore got like not safe for TV kind of situation, not safe for work. Like when the dojo scene started happening, I was like, oh, y'all really do violence in here. And I was like,
it was pretty tame, as opposed to the next episode where she's like cutting people in half,
right?
In a mountain cliff.
But it was the dojo scene showed me where this is going, and I was like, can't watch this in a room with my children playing their games. And it wasn't like me watching it and then them like just walk. Oh, what's that? No, it was just kind of like maybe I'll watch this on my own time.
Facts.
I did flinch a few times, but then I'm like, I got sensitivities as time has gone on.
That's funny.
But
I will say, like, I felt like she had no fear in the way that she dealt out punishment. Everybody was just an obstacle in her way, and she didn't.
Big facts.
It was just like, you're in my way. This is the end goal. The end goal is not. I will not rest until the end goal is met. Like,
yeah. She's like, it's you or me, and guess what?
It ain't me.
It's not for me. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool that the female protagonist in Mizu is never like swayed by like love or anything.
Show her flashback episode.
But that's a flashback.
Yeah.
That's a flashback. When we meet her, she's like,
she on it.
Everybody has to die.
Yeah,
like,
when we meet her, she hard boiled. She couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Like,
and honestly, I'm glad we meet her in that space. Sure, you can give that flashback to explain why she can manipulate her bracelets into like a staff sword.
Bro,
that was epic.
Scene where she was like on the fly with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, you got Lego bricks on your wrist?
First of all, because what's funny about that is it's not the first time you see like her take off her stuff, right? But it's the first time you see her connect it. But the first time you see her actually take off the bracelets, I feel like every anime fan is like, oh, we know what this means. It's
that's Piccolo, that's Rock Lee.
Like it was like you know that it's like, oh, she was fighting you like with a hand tied behind her back, but now this is the second round. I hope you're ready. Spoiler alert, you're not.
Right.
You know when nobody's come off what it means. It's danger. Like it's danger.
Yeah. I thought that was like really dope. But yeah, I'm glad that we met her after that because now the focus is still like, nah, she's on like, this is a revenge story. This isn't like I met some man and got swooned off my feet and forgot about it or something like that. Like, it's like, no, this is all business.
What did strike me odd though is Mizu being like, I'm getting revenge for my mom. Though, like, we know what happened to her mom. Technically, I'd probably be off the revenge thing.
Well, we don't know exactly. We don't know if it was love or assault.
No. Like, we know what happened after she finds out her mom is still alive in the flashback. And then...
remind me.
So... What we presume at first is that her mom died in the house.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then she discovers her mom is alive, working these streets, Betty Boop style, and
Betty Boop style.
Boop style. Lady
is that? But is that not even more reason for the? Oh wait, because wasn't that No, that wasn't her mom though, right?
It was her mom. It was her mom.
The person who she got sent into like the hutch with. To like live and like the lady was like, you must never go outside.
Yeah.
That was her mom.
Yeah.
And then we meet her again.
So
technically that was her mom. Like
they're both her mom. It's her mom. Her mom was on the drugs. Was on that stuff, and so I get that trauma leads you to those influences sometimes. However, the way she left that part of the story with her husband and her mom kind of doing each other in, I'm like, I'd probably just be out here not on revenge, but at the same time minding my business. Like,
like what's her motivation from that point,
right?
To go search out for the way
to go look for it. And the only thing after that is like, are you going in for it for yourself?
It could be argued that, yes, that could be a thing.
Right.
Or the fact that the white man did that to her mom. Like, who knows? Maybe if her mom would have met a respectable Japanese man,
her life would be different.
Her life would be different. She wouldn't have blue eyes. She wouldn't know anything
about
it. So
is this more of a self-hate journey?
I think it is. I don't know if it's okay. Maybe not self-hate, but I feel like
it ain't self-love. I'll tell you that.
Definitely ain't self-love. But I feel like there's so much rage. She doesn't see anything else. I think everything else is clouded. Like there's so much rage of and she doesn't know. I feel like she don't know where exactly put her rage at, except the people that potentially created her. So I feel like it's a little bit of self-hate, but at the same time, like
also though, she's dealing in a time where like she don't get no love from nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
At the best, she gets like respect because of the way that she handles a sword. But like even with that, they're like, oh, I can't take this from you. Blue eyes? Oh, tainted meat. Like so it's kind of wild. But I do think that, I actually think that she's very confident in herself. And I feel like there's like mixed emotions there. Because I think when somebody steps to her, she's like, you don't want or
you don't want this.
You don't want this, but you're gonna get it because like you already started it. Yeah. But yeah, outside of that and like every other interaction, it's always like, like don't nobody like me. But that's because don't nobody like her. Like,
because when we
true.
first encounter her, we do see her as a child,
and
we see
she's been getting picked on since day one.
From day one.
Day one.
So I get that. I just felt like that flashback kind of, I don't know, it kind of tramples on the story a bit. Like if the understanding is that your mom died in the fire, right? And then the next flashback is your husband don't want you anymore. Your husband betrayed you. I'm fine. Keep it going, right? Like I'm all for the hate train. Healing, healing through the violence is great. But
healing through the violence.
Healing through the violence is wonderful. But if your mom is now alive to the point where you loved her enough and respected her enough to go with this decision, and then things go south, I don't know if I'm going to hunt down Abijah Fowler anymore.
But also, you think about, because it's 4 white dudes, and one deals in like trafficking, but the other deals in drugs that her mom is on.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Man.
So it's like,
that's
one of y'all knocked her up. The other one got her hooked on drugs. The other one, like, who knows? You know what I mean?
Got
like,
her into the trade.
Like, so, she's like, all y'all gotta go. I had a nice.
White people in Japanese is in Japan is a problem.
Hey, looking at you, Logan Paul.
Woo!
But I think it was
I'll never see this.
And if he does,
I mean,
what's the worst he can do? Invite
Peru.
What are you gonna do? What is he gonna do? Come knock on my door?
Maybe invite you to a fight, right? And you can always say no.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think I think it's. I get what you're saying, but I do think that there's reasons for her to like still step off and be like, white man.
Yeah, I also think, not for nothing, that finale was good until it wasn't.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I know everybody loves the season 2, and we love, like, this could have been an amazing one shot. And let it
of her like her Kill Bill, like just getting through the list.
Yeah.
You could have easily did, and I get why now everybody does like 10 episodes or 8 episodes. But
was it 10 or 12?
It was 8.
It was 8. Yeah.
Neither. Wrong on both accounts.
I was actually shocked when I went back and realized, it was only 8 episodes.
But they were long.
Yeah.
That's what helped. The problem is that that medium bothers me so much, because
just do 12 and get it done.
Back in my day, even if it was like a long serial show, like House had hour episodes, 24 episodes a season. How come you can't just, Blue Eye Samurai Part 1, Blue Eye Samurai Part 2, Part 3, Part 4? Why does it got to be cut up so long? One, my concern is, by the time you start shooting again, people have gotten older. Voice actors that you've used that you may want to bring back again might go on to the next level of life.
Exactly.
You think?
Yeah, I'm just saying. So
with animated though,
even with animated, you can get voice matches, and we all know what happened in Avatar. Mako passed on, and it hurts.
Well, hold on. Before we get into season 2, I would like to talk about, for the season finale, when did it get bad for you?
Oh, when did it get bad is when I realized Abijah Fowler was not going to die.
That's when it got bad for me too.
Who?
The white guy.
But I knew I
Okay.
felt he was going to survive early on. When I was like, oh, this man is in the city. I was like, there's no way. Largely due to being like a Google history buff. Like I'm one of those people that like sees random facts and then remember them and then realize, oh, you put this in the show. So I was like, this seems familiar in the lore of Japan. And I was like, he not dying. Because if he's dying, technically, I felt like if Abijah died, then
Is it Abijah or is his name Elijah Fowler?
It's Abijah.
I'm gonna call him Fowler.
Okay, I am absolutely right about that. But if Fowler died, I felt like Mizu was going to die as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like there was going to be a vibe where they took each other out. Yeah.
But
Nah. She's like, for this to be like a revenge story, and he's only 2 on her list, and she only got 4 people.
Yeah.
Nah, she don't die.
I also think knowing that she already offed one, and we ain't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Next season's going to be padded with flashbacks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're going to talk about how like she took out the first person.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of flashbacks like that.
But like, here's the thing. Do you think that death, her number 1, was that before or after the marriage?
I think it was before. I don't think it was after.
Because to be fair, she had skills before.
Right.
Well, she had skills in the marriage. Like when he met her, she was like, "Oh, like let's play." And
time out. When she discovers her mom again, wasn't she like on the verge of death?
I think so. Yeah, I think her mom found her or something like that.
They found her like. So I'm assuming that's where it picks up.
Probably what happened.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah.
If they're smart about it and they don't pad this out to 3 seasons,
oof,
because you know how people like to be padding.
But it's the final bull, right? It'll be that the 3rd season would be the final dude, because like the 1st season, she already took one out.
Right.
She met the 2nd bull. 2nd season, she meets the 2nd bull, probably hears of the 3rd and final dude, kills Fowler because he did something stupid.
I don't think Fowler dies.
At all?
At all.
I think she leaves him crippled. I ain't gonna hold you.
At all.
I can see that.
Maybe. I don't think she kills Fowler. I'll clarify. She don't kill Fowler.
Oh, no.
Fowler dies in the most, like, happenstance way.
No. If Fowler dies, I can see it being because of one of the other
bulls,
2
maybe.
was like, oh, you brought her to my doorstep? That's...
You also...
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah, because let's be real.
Ditches.
Like, these dudes are back in London doing their thing, and you snitched. Like that's the way we playing it. Like,
yeah.
Y'all said he gonna do something P Diddy to him. That's wild.
You never know.
Blow up his car like Kid Cudi.
Hey, but man, that's the way of the game. He know the way of the game. They've been playing it.
Yeah, they've been playing.
Game is the game. So yeah, I see Fowler dying. I see him lasting probably for a long time because they enjoy him for whatever reason. But
the way Ringo was on her shoulder as the moral compass, I feel like Fowler's going to be the devil on her shoulder type situation.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I could see that.
Yeah,
she's going to start
because he has to show her the ropes and like you can't move through London any old type of way. You
can't move through London Asian.
At
that point,
1700s?
Maybe.
Yeah, late 1700s. You don't move through London and be like, that's blimey, you know,
stupid.
It's normal, yeah.
And
I think
I guess my question is like, when she does get to London, what role is she going to ask? Which role is she going to play? Like, which role would be more beneficial?
I had so many questions about that.
You know, they're going to play up the fact of her like being a courtesan or something like that. Like, she's definitely one. We all know white people like exotic. The only way she getting in.
I don't know. I think she saves it all off.
They did it with Pope.
You think she gonna take the man route?
Full boy?
I think she like shaves it all off and becomes baldy and like becomes like his like secretary or something like that. His page, like his, like she's gonna hate it. But Fowler's gonna like milk it. He's gonna milk it right up to the line, like before she like snaps and kills him. And
she's silent monk type.
I can see it going. I can see
silent monk.
I can see her taking one or two routes. I can see her taking like she's some type of like what do you call it? Well, she's already mixed, so a mixed gentleman finally coming to the other side to see it, or the woman role when she can hide, and if she does have a blade or whatever hiding under the dress. Like, just go in for the, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it either way, but I am curious as to how it's going to play out because she was still in Japanese clothing when she was on the ship. So
that's a quick like snap somebody behind scenes cut scene. She has her pants and suit on, or Fowler just buys it for her.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another way that Fowler, to your point of being like the devil on the shoulder, like he helps her out. He's like, showing her how to do stuff, and oh no, that won't fit you. You got to look respectable. You got to look. You know what I mean?
I also think this is season 2 is where we see her like with the blicky.
Like a gun?
Yeah.
It's gonna be John Wick.
Mad John Wick.
Jane
vibes.
Wick.
Yeah. Like I'm talking about like the hidden pistol and the sleeve type joints. Real quick.
I can see that. Once again, that's gonna be funded by Fowler.
Oh yeah. He's like, you can't walk around out here with a sword. No one does that. Have at thee. None of that.
But then if that's the case, she could get like knives and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like a knife is a mini sword, so.
She does take the gentlemanly route, a cane sword. I'm just saying, it's an option.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
It's an option.
It'd be cool, but let's be honest. Let's be honest though. When do you think they do the cool idea?
Right, I know. I've said that many a times. Whenever I hear something cool that like a fan says, I'm like, sorry, bro. It's not happening.
They don't like doing that.
3 to 5% chance that comes through, bro.
But
I do think that's really nice.
And not to mention, they watch half of this viral. Anything that goes viral that's mentioned and stuff like that, and they be like, "Oh, cool, that could be an idea," and then they flop it. They're like, "Nah, we gonna stick with the." We're gonna stick with the idea that y'all never do.
Public outcry to fix it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like a huge thing that I had with finding out that there's like a season 2. Like, one, her going to London. Like, how does that work? 2, Ringo not there. So like, all right, is this like the full gritty dark episode of in like the streets of London, where it's just raining all the time and
always
like,
gonna be at night?
It's just noir.
Yeah.
No, because that would be really cool, and I would really enjoy that. So I know it's not going to be that. But yeah,
because I'm trying to think, what was Assassin's Creed did that, right? Where they were in London, and it didn't work.
Really,
it didn't work. Which is crazy because they had 2 protagonists and you could switch in between them, and they were brother and sister. And being on the rooftops of London felt like that should be a thing.
Yeah.
Especially if you're an assassin. And for whatever reason, either the game felt too bright. I think like there was a lot of too much in the daytime type stuff. That while London is cloudy and very like murky, I'm concerned that Blue Eye Samurai is going to probably fall into the same vein of just like everyone hated when they went to London.
Which is interesting because I think you can do assassin in the daytime. They like, but it's a very fine line. Like Spy Family, does it really well, but it's also under the guise of like people just see this housewife running down the street and for some odd reason super kicks like somebody or something. You know what I mean? Like,
but like, see that like, oh, she's in shape. Like,
right? Yeah, like, it's like, oh, CrossFit. Okay,
she really cares about her child.
But yeah, with Blue Eye Samurai, one, it's I think that Mizu's gonna play the boy role, and then 2, if it's in the daytime, like, how do you tell that revenge story? Because like, honestly, I think a lot of the buy-in with Blue Eye Samurai was that it was a revenge story set in olden feudal Japan, and you had swords.
Which is crazy.
People were like
the last dynasty of like Japan, which is crazy. Like it was like the last famously known age of like samurais,
right,
in Japan. Because right after that, now you have guns, and it's just like,
well, don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Now that's over. I would have loved for this to be a one-off, and I'm finding myself appreciating those things more as time goes on. I'm just being like, yeah, we can start and stop right here. That
tell
is
the whole
enough.
story.
Yeah,
and
I don't think everything deserves to be 6 seasons in a movie, and I'm just putting that out there as a. I don't think everything
in a movie.
I don't think everything needs that, man.
Well, we still waiting for Community to drop their movie.
Exactly.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's where
that's where the line comes from.
6 seasons in a movie. But I don't know, man. I think I think we get 2 more seasons out of it.
I think at most you can do 2 more seasons well.
Mm-hmm.
I think with people loving this first installment, hopefully they just tell their story, and with that second season, make it 12 eps. 13 if you want to be fancy, give us a baker's dozen and like cut it
up
and like tell your story.
They're gonna do 8. They're gonna do 8 for each season. For at least 3 of them are going to be flashback episodes.
You think like, half? Like half flashback, half?
3 of the 8 episodes will have more flashback than moving the needle. Mainly because this first season could have been 6 episodes long if you cut out flashbacks.
That's true. They did stretch it.
If she did exposition while on the move and telling the story to get to the next location, fine. This is like one of my least favorite tropes, and we didn't bring it up in the last episode that we did about tropes, but like the character being knocked unconscious.
And then you like that's the flashback.
It's the flashback episode. Ugh. And there's some part or sequence that like catalysts them back to life. Bro, how?
Because it's shocking. Right. You ever have a nightmare? Wakes you up.
Sure.
It's provocative.
Unconsciousness.
It gets the people going.
Yeah, no, they get knocked out. They have that flashback. They have that flashback, and then all of a sudden they wake up like 10 times stronger. I remember why I'm doing this. I'm going to kill you. Like,
or it's for mom.
Somehow you were holding your breath the entire time.
Sure.
Gasp.
Exactly.
You're right.
Yeah.
I hate that as a trope.
It
hate it so much.
It happened to me yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Brought you right out?
Yeah. I was doing this ticket, right? I was like doing this quote, and then I like kind of nodded off because like I had just had lunch. And then in the dream, something happened. Pow. Quote.
You ain't even look at you, shit. The rest of your day. Got a promotion.
Oh, man. If only. And that's next season.
And then Limp Bizkit plays and Michael Bay's credits come up, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's crazy.
Get out of here.
Wild time.
Yeah, man, just make sure you catch your breath.
Yeah. Nah, I it's such a trope that it's just, I don't know if it's like asking a fish about water now. Right. I just like, okay, yeah, this seems about the time. I'm okay with it. Right? Like,
Episode 6?
You even got those people. All right, I will admit, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, it's such a trope, but at the same time, people who will consider it, because it's such a trope, a classic way to tell the story, because it's been done so many times, and it's been a part of so many different, not even just anime, just storytelling in general. Like,
it is. It's a very storytelling trope.
Because it's like, what else do? You just tell the story linearly? That's not fun.
Right. No one likes a linear story.
We want to go back in time, then we go forward in time. Christopher Nolan has nailed it, and everybody else is just trying to, like,
Why do we fall, Bruce? I mean, I think for, like, action stories, especially, like, when there's a whole season of it, I hate it so much. Because you literally left us on, like, does this character die? And then they were like, let's go back and see if he's strong enough to come back from the dead.
Well, I mean, with Mizu, it's kind of like, no, they don't die.
Right.
Right? Like, it's main character, they're not going to die.
You have 3 more episodes that we already know are up next.
It's like, we know you're not dying, so...
I just think there's a better way.
Sure.
To tell the backstory without having to knock your main character unconscious or near death.
But then why do we care about them if they're not human? Right?
How many times you know a human getting knocked unconscious and being like, you know what? This is not even the end of my story.
Couple. I feel like they talk about near-death experiences all the time. The OA was a whole show about near-death experiences. So, like...
I'm just saying, if I'm getting knocked out and I black out, I'm not really thinking of much. Like, I'm pretty sure.
What you think.
That's what you think, because you don't know, right? How many times you been unconscious?
Exactly. That's my point. So, like, how do you know there's no void? Like,
because media tells us otherwise, guys. I don't understand what you guys are missing.
Media says that you go back and watch footage of your life.
Exactly.
And you're like,
I figured it out.
This is the catalyst to get me back up again.
Figured it out.
I guess.
Knock down 7, stand up 8.
You know what? I guess I gotta get knocked unconscious because I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the next move here? Trying to figure out what's the next step in life.
how do I progress?
I just gotta wait till I get knocked unconscious. That's what it is. I've been chilling for so long, awake, consciously.
Apparently, getting knocked out is the perfect way to have growth and development.
You're awake, but were you woke?
Right. Bars.
Okay.
If one nigga tells another, then two niggas bring four.
Pack it in.
Sure.
Pack it in. Nah, but to sum it all up, I think the show itself, Blue Eye Samurai, was good. I did enjoy it. I was just surprised. I should have watched it either like right when I heard that it was coming out, or like later on after the JJK season, or like after, you know what I mean? Like after the spring, was it spring? No, I guess that's fall. After the fall season of anime had like dried up, then I should have like hopped into it.
This could have definitely been like a holiday watch versus right when everything else is still dropping. Now, traditionally on our show, we rate it.
Rate it.
So how
love it, hate it. What would you rate it?
That's the cringe part of the show.
Definitely lay it on me.
Finger guns for spice.
He's never inviting us back.
I don't know. I might have to. This is too funny.
For Blue Eye Samurai, I would give it out of 5. We do it out of 5. I give it a 3.7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a strong B, ain't it?
Yeah, definitely
3.5.
Yeah.
I think for me, once I remove the constraints of anime on it, it's a 4. It's a solid 4. It gives you everything you want, especially for an adult person who watches animation and still wants the nuanced storytelling. Like all of the stuff that gives you a good story on top of the action and violence. And if you like the sex, you like the sex. You watch the sex. You watch it for the sex.
You like the sex.
They got some of that for y'all in there too.
Yeah.
I think I'd say a 4. I think a 4 out of 5 is not bad for a Netflix show that's trying to give you anime vibes without giving you an anime.
True. Because they're so busy giving you live action anime.
Right.
Yeah.
They busy.
They're so busy.
they busy.
It's not always a good busy, but they busy.
Sometimes just staying busy is enough. Right? Like
consistency.
That's enough to make people feel like
consistency.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just like, hey, they doing something. You out here complaining and not doing nothing.
Hey.
So as long as they doing something.
Lesser men complain or something like that. I don't know.
Not wrong though.
Definitely not wrong.
What would you rate it?
Me, I definitely give it like a solid 3.8.
Ooh.
So if we round up, everybody out here giving it 4.
No.
Yeah. I give them that. If we round it up.
I said 3.7, 3.5.
Okay, now
I don't remember you saying 3.5.
I said it. Run the tape back. I said it. I was like 3.7. I don't know, 3.5. I said that.
But 3.7 is what we heard first.
Definitely what I heard.
Be a man of your word out here. Stand on business, dog.
All right, 3.5.
All right. I mean, respectable. Respectable.
Ball wallet.
Yeah, I think it was a fun time. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I hope next season is the last time. I know it's not gonna be.
It's not gonna be.
But I'm really hoping that it is.
Are we the old people now? Is that what it is?
I don't think it's that. I think
because I feel like the way we feel about it sounds like a very old people problem.
No, I don't think it's an old person problem. I just think it's like we have an expectation. Like even, I mean, like okay, there's certain things that you could cut out. Like this.
Yeah, like we just want the meat straight up. Like,
I think
don't confuse me with no mushrooms in there. Just
I think that there can be some fluff, sure, which depending on how you feel about it, there could be like a lot of flashbacks, the geisha aspect of it all, or courtesan aspect of it all, like all of that stuff. But I think they let it weave in and out and create a good story.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like fine with that. But no, I don't think we're the old guys. I just think it was okay.
I did have a follow-up question.
Ooh.
Is there a sword fighter
Who could give Mizu
that could either win or bring the balance?
So that's so funny because what I was thinking about with this episode was there's this TikTok clip of like somebody at an anime convention, and they're like, there's a difference between a strong character with a sword and a swordsman.
I've seen that clip.
Yeah.
And like they were like, Ichigo, strong character with a sword. Tanjiro would wipe the floor with him. And I was like, I mean, if we're sealing powers, maybe. But like power scaling wise, that's not crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, we're just talking about sword skills alone. There's definitely
we're talking about sword skills alone. Sealing powers. Is there somebody who could run Mizu? I'm gonna say Samurai Jack.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack.
I mean, Bull has killed demons.
Afro Samurai. That's another one.
Afro Samurai.
Afro Samurai would wash her.
Yeah.
Because he'd be doing all that stuff with one handed, and I don't know if you remember this part, but like his sword is actually meant for a two-hand grip.
Yeah.
So like,
don't mess with his silly straw with his lemonade. He gonna really snap. Like,
yeah.
I think the only people who you could put up against her and like have a fight worth watching might be people like Tanjiro.
Now, Bruce Wayne has been a sword fighter at one point.
Who?
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne? I mean, I'm sure he has.
I'm just saying, zero prep. Does Bruce Wayne walk out of that fight?
nah.
Yeah.
Wait, does Bruce Wayne walk out of? No, wait.
No,
I'm sorry.
no,
Wait, say it again.
no,
Say it
no,
again.
no.
Say it again. Say it
Does
again.
Bruce Wayne walk into the dojo with Mizu and walk out?
Oh, my bad. I
Yes.
misheard. Yes.
Bruce Wayne.
Wholeheartedly.
Bruce
Wayne?
All right. I'm asking. I'm not.
He's gonna.
There's
even
not
if,
many
like,
people
It's not my show.
Even if he gets disarmed, he's gonna give her these hands, and it's like, and he's not gonna fall for all of the stupid.
Wait, are we talking
So-
strictly sword play though?
We talking about sword fighting, because if that's the case,
So
I have ample evidence to prove that Batman walks out with a loss of a limb.
So are we? So is a loss? You get disarmed or killed or knocked out. Like you lose your sword. If you lose your sword, you're out.
Yeah, I can
Or
see
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say lose your sword or major, if not fatal injury.
that. Yeah, then I can see Shiju have. Yeah, think she got it. If we're talking about sword play, yeah.
I'm not talking about Batman losing and then coming back to win. Right? Because that's a big Batman play.
No, if we
I'm
were talking
talking
hand to
about-
hand, Batman has it. But like
Hand to hand, Mizu does not win because she's a sword fighter.
I think even with a sword, because like here's another thing. Mizu, she been training, sure. But if we're talking peak Mizu versus peak Bruce Wayne, like these
Peak Bruce Wayne has lost sword fights.
I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm asking who has he lost them to? It wasn't no orphan here on revenge alone. He's an orphan on revenge. Let's go. Like
I think Bruce Wayne has lost many sword fights to like what Slade,
Right.
like Slade.
And Slade would mop the floor with her.
Slade probably wins a lot more fights than we give him credit for.
Yeah,
Probably.
The problem is every time we see Slade, he's always fighting superhumans.
that's true.
any average.
I mean, like he's a mercenary, so like
Yeah,
he don't look like he hurting for money, so
nah.
he gets paid.
I mean, at one point, wasn't he supposed to be like head of the what is the
Hand
League of Assassins?
League of Assassins. I never remember
the Hand. That's Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to be because what? Ra's al Ghul couldn't have a son, so like
he couldn't have an heir, and so Slade came in and was like.
Speaking of Damien versus Mizu, that's one where it's like I'd be interested to see it, but I think Mizu
edges out because she has patience.
Yeah,
she knows how to be like, all right, you wildin'.
Yeah,
let me chill.
Yeah,
like, let me watch you beat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And
Damien would,
Damien just out here like he's so.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Extra.
He eventually matures, but let's be real. He was a kid lashing out. Like,
yeah.
And that's always the case. More often than not for like writing styles. It was just like Damien's like, I got the win. I already got the win. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of whether or not you know. Right. And sometimes he ain't got the win. But
yeah, so that would be a good fight.
Damien would be a good fight.
Damn, we had said somebody who I was.
No,
like,
this one
Leonardo?
I'm not sure. All right, what about this
Leonardo?
one? This one, like Leonardo,
the turtle.
I give that to Leonardo.
I give it to Leonardo.
Two swords, who actually got trained in ninjutsu,
and Leonardo's a mutant, so it's like
I give that to Leonardo.
It's not a strength thing for them like that though, because they've lost. They fought Human Shredder and lost.
I mean, sure, but like Shredder was also trained in ninjutsu, also did push-ups all day. Mizu just out here on bread and revenge, bro.
No, we already saw her take the weights off.
That's true.
Lighter than air.
That's true.
Like water.
I think it's a.
I think I still give it to Leo.
It could be an interesting fight, but I give that to Leo.
I'm just asking.
What about?
It's not that go ahead.
What about Mugen from Samurai Champloo?
Mugen.
Say it. I want to hear it.
I want to hear it.
I'm on my Green Goblin right now. Say it. Say it.
That is a fight that I would actually very much like to see because he is wild like Damien, but he also kind of got like street smarts skills to back it up. Street smarts. That's a good one because he got the sandal with the metal joints. He be breakdancing. That might be something she ain't never seen before.
That's true. But
he might catch her off guard a little bit.
He might catch her off guard on that.
She not one for Flash though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like she's seen people show up with the Flash. And she's like, that's cute.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's real cute. Matter of fact, do more of that. I want to see you show out, King. Until now, you have no limbs.
You so right. That would be the fight that I would actually like to see. I think that would be dope. I don't know who wins that.
Do you think I feel like his Flash, for story purposes, has always been more disarming for the other people he's fought.
Yeah, I mean, they even said that in, I think it was is either the second to last episode or the third to last episode.
If I said I remember.
So they near the end, the bull, the hand of God, comes through.
Oh,
and like he's like surveying their styles or whatever because he's like been hired to kill folk. And he's like, you do a lot of flashy stuff to like disarm people and like mislead and misdirect. But like I do this, so bye.
Yeah, he brushed him off every chance he got.
Yeah, he was like, "That's cute, but you know who I'm here for anyway." But yeah, I love that for you. That's great. Be great over there though. Yeah, no, that would be the one because I do think Jin takes it.
Okay,
from Samurai Champloo.
Yeah,
I do think Jin takes it.
He's also very patient.
Yeah, he got the whole like
yeah. He's like, don't worry, I'll wait.
Yeah, that would be.
I feel like their fight would probably be a lot of standing still though.
Oh, it'd be a lot of
a lot of like those micro
the mental games that she did with Tigan. It'd be that.
It'd be a lot of that.
That'd be half the episode actually.
Yo, when she cut Tigan's ponytail off,
bro,
that was disrespectful.
The way she did it.
That was disrespectful.
And I felt disrespected. I was like, she touched my hair. I promise you, I'm getting every gun. I'm letting all the guns come into Japan.
What I thought was hilarious and just amazing about that, even though they didn't show it, and I wish they would have, is like the way she does it. One, I would love to see how she like stopped it from like flying out, because she just swung the scabbard and then like the sword is swinging out or coming out because of, was it centripetal? Centrifugal force.
Look at us.
Hey,
Dictionary.
but
one of us gonna get it
right. But the fact that he was like on the ground, still talking crap, and for her to do that, for her to make that bald spot, he had to bow his head, and I think that is a huge like the fact that in Japan in that time, at that culture, are always like bowing your head is like a deep sign of respect. Yeah. And it was like, either you're going to respect me or you're going to lose your head. I thought that like that meaning of that was like, oh, I wish we would have seen it.
Yeah, she literally would have
seen it.
She backed him into a corner right there. She was like, you have one or two options. Like,
yeah, you can either get down or lay down.
And that's the crazy part, is when you realize like this character could kill you whenever. You're not on my list. You don't matter. And right. And Ball's like, no, you gonna remember me. I'm gonna be a nightmare for you. And she's like, you're not though. Right. Matter of fact,
you don't wake me up.
Stop coming back. Right? Like, matter of fact, don't come here anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you owe me a debt.
I'm a goon. He's like, no, you're not.
No, you're not a goon.
I'm about to slay.
That was a good one. Mugen?
Yeah.
I still don't know. I'd still love to see that.
Though, I mean, obviously, it all depends on the writer, but
yeah.
Gotta appreciate that.
No matter how short or long the fight is, I think it would be a good one to just see how it would unfold, you know?
But yeah, unfortunately, swordsmen or women, Gamora. Ooh. No, she don't win that.
Gamora?
She don't win that.
Gamora is physically enhanced. She wins that.
Who?
Gamora?
Yeah, no. I'm saying Mizu does not win.
Oh,
that.
Mizu.
Yeah.
No,
Gamora definitely wins that.
Gamora has all Thanos.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of swords women. And Gamora was the first one that came to mind.
You got Psylocke.
Oh.
She about it. Even if she don't use her powers, she about it.
Yeah.
Ezra, maybe
Ezra,
Scarlet. Fairy Tail.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Yeah,
he got magic though.
I mean, her magic is
that. Her magic is the sword.
Her magic is literally re-equipping weapons. That's all it is.
Right.
But no, if you take away the magic, and you're just throwing them in the ring.
Just the sword fights. It's funny because X-Men did like a whole tournament of swords stuff. Even Storm was like, I got hands with a sword.
No, Storm's a beast with a sword.
But Storm would not win that fight.
Probably not.
She wouldn't?
No. Not strictly sword fighting? No. Black Panther? He also has, even if you take everything away, he has the knowledge of every fighting style of ever.
Sure.
So
we were talking about swords women though.
Swords women.
Shuri. And I don't know if Shuri
out here with hands. Shuri has also been the
Black out here with swords.
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Is she out here with swords?
I don't think she's out here with swords.
She out here with the slap. Nah.
Because if that was the case, I would do the Dora Milaje ever use swords, but they always seem to use spears. At least that seems to be their trademark.
They use spears for, like as a requirement, but they are
trained.
Okoye would win.
Oh yeah, hands
Okoye
down.
would win.
Hands down.
Okoye would wipe.
No, yeah, hands down. She would win.
It would probably look like a hate crime. So no, do not put you call Okoye for any reason. It's because you want to see somebody embarrassed. That's why you don't call her all the time. Sometimes you just be like, I'm going to send the Dora Milaje you can't name first.
I'm going to send C-list.
Right.
Because
I'm talking about everybody on that team, even the worst one might win. at least put in work. But you calling Okoye, you are calling to offend somebody.
No, you're calling to put a rabid dog down at that point. Like
or a white wolf.
Or I'm trying to think, when have I seen Okoye lose? And obviously it's writing, but if we're talking about just like based on stats, Okoye wins.
So and that's the thing. Unfortunately, it's like there aren't a lot of people. Like Mizu is a good in her universe.
Yeah,
she steps outside it. She's like
it's a lot of worlds out there.
she's tying with some people, but catching the L on a lot.
Yeah,
Ahsoka?
If we're
with like blades?
Just sword fighting.
Well, see, here's the thing. I might give that to Ahsoka. Because like if we're talking one blade, it's less in Ahsoka's favor. But if you just give her two like swords and like have at it.
But if you can fight with two swords, doesn't that give you the slight advantage?
Yes.
Because you can fight.
Not necessarily.
Your stances are different.
Sure. But that was the same thing with Leonardo. That's why I was like at first when I heard Leonardo, I was like, two swords, he's winning because she's great against one sword people. And even two swords. She did the four fangs.
Right.
But I think Leo might take that. And I think Ahsoka would actually take that even more.
I can see that.
Zoro.
She might win that one.
Zoro.
You talking about like Antonio Banderas?
No.
He's talking about One Piece.
One Piece.
I don't know. I don't think she got that.
I don't think she got that. My man he had a sword in his mouth.
He is. When I first saw him, I was like, oh, I might watch One Piece. Then I found out it was like 1,000 episodes. I was like, okay, maybe not.
It's on your bucket list.
It is on my bucket list. I'm going to start it soon.
When we are like free of all the other stuff.
The great thing about it being 1,000 episodes is like I can like
eventually.
I can start it, but like it could be the if you're waiting for the new episode of Spy Family to come out throughout the week, you can watch. So
no, that's straight facts.
Yeah, I will start it soon, but like not yet.
Don't put that on you. Yeah.
But I don't think there's not a lot of people she steps outside of her world and is like
and she got them.
And tagging. Yeah. Like, but she's a great person in her own rights. She's a great swordsman in her own rights in her own universe. But I can't think of many people.
Arguably the best.
Arguably,
simply the best. I mean that's all we got.
I mean
not all we got because we got a whole new season of the Blerdbar coming in a few months, like in a month.
A month.
Oh man, I can't wait to see that. Give me a little hint. What y'all got coming, man?
Let's see. We got an episode about
the Oscars.
The Oscars. We are talking about the Oscars. That's already playing. That's slated.
We wanted to do something with them folks. The bots.
Oh, Blurred on the Street, our sister podcast. We linking up with them to talk about the American Society of
the American Society of Magical Negroes.
I can't wait to see that.
We'll take that apart because magical Negroes be out here.
That'll be funny.
Linking up with our friend Lil the Creative, as he is on Instagram, talking about niggas in fantasy.
That is the worst and
it's the worst and best title that you could possibly give.
You might be able to catch this guy, Big Dan, on the Cellar.
Oh yeah,
and
this guy.
After
he's a guy.
Okay.
I was going to get there. I was going to get there. I know. We work on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we out here trying to do some stuff. I definitely want to make sure we get Tone in because we got a whole season.
That's
we still got a few more slots for the episodes.
I would be honored.
So we're finding out like we're crafting out each episode differently this time around. We want to make sure we put more focus on cocktails.
Right.
Because that's in our statement.
Okay.
We say it all the time. Content, cocktails, and culture. So cocktails got to be in there. So we're working on those. actually doing a lot more work and research into that. So that way we
cocktails is not a simple matter. I'll tell you. I know
no,
that.
not at all. We've been on our downtime. We have definitely been working on that. So expect to see some stuff about that, and even cocktails on our own, we will still like try to feature. So we're doing all these things this time around to approach not just the podcast forum differently, but more so put our own stamp on it because we're from Philly. And the crazy thing is, a lot of times we don't talk like we're from Philly, but we are.
The 215, man. The 215.
Yeah. So, Tony, you got anything else coming up special? I mean, it's your show.
Right now, working out some stuff for the next few episodes.
Okay.
Been invited to be on. I was already on a podcast for another friend of mine's, My Fit Easy, Misfit Easy. He asked me to actually come back and co-host an episode, so I'll be doing that. It's about it's different stuff, You
gotta send us a link.
I definitely will. He's that's slated for February 26th.
Okay, cool.
And then other than that, besides just working on the podcast, I got some stuff working on that I haven't really officially announced yet, but I'm going to announce it soon once I get clarification for the spacing. Definitely want to get you
spacing
for the spacing
for the square footage. Watch out!
That means you're spending more money than we are.
Hopefully not, because my mom, my peoples knows the person, so he might give me a discount. So we'll see.
Hey,
discounts is always good.
And then I'm currently working on the next level of the convention scene for me. So I've been applying for panels. And I've already been invited to do a panel and talk at a college that's doing a convention up in Maryland. So
snap. Out here moving and shaking.
I'll be going to that.
Just trying to go to BlerdCon for the first time.
Right?
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, y'all, I hope to see y'all there, man. It's a vibe.
That's the goal. The crazy thing is just the life we live is different from the convention goer, the average convention goer.
That is true.
So it'd just be but we working. We out here working.
Yeah, man.
Should be fun.
Hey, y'all should apply.
Sounds exciting.
Hey, even if y'all just do a day, y'all should apply to do a panel, man. They started accepting the applications for them. So
okay,
yeah,
definitely something to look into.
Yeah, the BlerdCon panels. I actually had a friend who did a panel last year, and she was mad at me because why didn't you apply? I was like, she was like, bring Binge or Cringe to the panels. I was like, I didn't have an idea of how I wanted to do it yet, but now I do. So I didn't want to just jump into it.
You gotta stand on it in a way that I think I would have been great for a panel back when, how they talk about anime, people have this life cycle where in the beginning you're binging
everything
3 seasons in a weekend somehow. I don't know how you map that time out, but that's the peak time to be oh, I can be on the panel. Let's talk about anything and everything.
Yeah.
And not to sound old or I don't want to sound elitist, but I feel like I have watched so much more anime. I've forgotten so much more anime than I
take it in. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But no, it'd be good. It'd be good. That'd be fun.
That's the side note, but
keeps you young.
I have bad recall as of late for anything older than maybe a year or so in comics. Because I've been reading nonstop for the last 4 or 5 years. And so you're like, oh, that did happen in issue in 20.
That's the thing. You're meeting people who for some odd reason are recalling the randomest facts, and it's I don't want to lose my blurred card because I don't remember what happened in episode 2 of season 1 of My Hero.
I'm it's either remember my child's birthday or when Thor lost his arm to Malekith and was oh yeah, that was in.
Hopefully your child wins every time.
My child wins every time.
That's
I think
good.
I just forgot who was
saying,
female Thor.
That sounds crazy. Like we need to come up with a disclaimer. Do not hold it against us if we.
Right.
A whole disclaimer.
Hey y'all, we old blurs. Right. Just want to say that as a disclaimer.
Are we old blurs now?
I mean, I would.
No, I don't. No, we're. I don't.
Argued.
No, I know old blurs. We're not old blurs.
Nah,
we're
no.
experienced
Listen,
blurs.
I don't know if we told. Did we tell him this?
What?
Well, so when we were at Otaku Fest,
Oh no, we didn't say that.
a wonderful young person walked up to us and was like, "Ew, how old are y'all?" We were asking about Mr. Rogers.
We were asking about Mr. Rogers. This person did not know who Mr. Rogers was.
Okay.
So they were like, "Wow, y'all must be like real old, like 25." And I was like,
25 is old now,
bro.
according to that person,
Bro, when I tell you,
and I took that as a compliment.
right?
I was like, "Yeah, I'm 25 and not a decade older."
The crazy part was like I don't have a lot of internal monologues in my head, like you know how the anime characters did, but like the whole scene went black and white, and I was like, 25. How old does she think I really am?
Yeah.
And I was
wow.
That was
she doesn't
wild.
even know that I'm in my 30s.
That was wild. So I was like,
So it was Mr. Rogers, and I was like, put some respect on his name.
Yeah,
For
man.
real. Or walk away. You don't
But-
have to follow us.
to your point, ideal.
Tone?
Hey, it's the same
old,
either way.
Grandpa?
It's the same.
25? Man. To your point, Ideal.
Mr. Ideal.
You at sign Ideal Tone.
You gotta say the whole word. Sit back.
Nah, man, it's ideal tone.
Tone. You say the whole thing like a trap call. I'm sorry. But no, to that point, I think that there was a huge generation of people who I think you're thinking of who are like the old ones, but I would call them like the originals.
Yeah, they're the originals.
And then we're that weird nuanced generation of like to now that it is mainstream, we are the old blurs. And like the sensei is like the ancients, right? The
Right.
elders. Like
The elders,
like the
the
pantheon.
Right.
You know what's
So-
crazy? You know what's crazy? Because y'all met him in the last episode. Cobalt. He is one of the ancients. Like he's one of the ancients.
And the funny thing is, they're not that much older than us.
No, they're not.
They were alive when color TV was like new, and they were still kind of like color TV.
So that's very funny. But yeah, no.
No, that's a wild thing to believe. But
Wow. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Remember not to blurt out my age here too much when I'm at these conventions and doing these panels.
Just accept whatever they tell you.
But like, yeah,
the wild
sure.
thing is though, like the key to our blurredness came from like stuff that existed in the 90s.
That's true.
And the wild thing is like these new blurs are like Justice League Unlimited. What's that? I'm like,
good show.
it's a good show,
should
man.
watch it.
You should watch it. It's on Netflix.
You should watch it.
No, I had a kid hit me with the who are you dressed as? I was like, Static Shock? Like Static? Did we not know OG Static? Did you like? Okay,
I ain't even gonna sweat you. I just read the latest issue of Static Shock, and I don't even know who I am anymore because it's not my Static.
Not your Static?
Not my Static.
yeah, man.
It's
And I
Static.
was like, McDuffie be rolling in his grave if he knew. Just,
All right. Well, this has been Old Niggas.
right?
Right.
Binge and Cringe.
Oh man, but
You want to see
gentlemen,
more of us?
I appreciate y'all stopping by. I appreciate. Who was that?
Oh.
Eh?
Oh, we got new people.
New challenges into the chat.
Yo.
And now we're going for another hour.
Let's go. Back.
Nah, I gotta give my man some love right here. This is the boy, B-boy Swerve. Blerdbar, let me introduce y'all to Swerve. He is a legend in his own right. Definitely follow. If y'all don't know if you guys don't follow him or follow him on Instagram, or whatever, does some of the craziest combat stuff I've ever seen. FWC, right? Am I wrong?
Yes, sir. Fighters, Warriors, Champions.
Man,
Yeah.
he is like. I watched your latest video too. I was like, "Yo, this joint wow!" Like he started snapping.
What's your Instagram?
What's the Grammys?
B-boy Swerve. BBOYSWIRV. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, following, checking out our content. I'm an action actor out here and stuntman in Hollywood. So This last year, I started doing a lot more content with my brothers, Fiction, David Hernandez, Toru, and some of
You
the
said
other
Fiction?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
came right up when I looked up at it.
yeah, that's we've been doing a lot of the viral fight scenes, and so just been working on a lot of stuff. And 2024 about to go crazy because we actually have a workshop coming up
I saw
here in
that, man.
LA. Yeah,
I saw that. I was
we
like,
just
man, should I just buy a ticket and just randomly go? Like,
hey, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be worth it. It gets you free entry into Fit Expo. We're actually putting all the stuff together today. I just had a meeting. That's why I was running around because we had to get a lot of different stuff done. But people that want to pull up, we're going to be teaching like our tips and tricks on how to really look great on camera and how to film your own fight scenes, and a lot of the common mistakes that we see that you may not notice. But we can, even if you have no martial arts experience or fight experience, like I'm usually teaching and training actors as well. And a lot of the fight scenes that we had, it's been a lot of these people's first times ever doing fights in their life, so, and we still make them look good, so essentially we're going to be giving you guys a lot of that stuff so you can start filming your own stuff or recognizing good stuff. And I think it'll be definitely worth it. It's a 2-hour workshop, and if we get a lot of people, we may actually even do a Sunday session, but right now it's January 20th at the LA Convention Center.
Oh, yeah,
Couple
man.
things. One, you did this lightsaber duel at Anime NYC.
Yes, sir. Yeah, me and David did that.
I have seen that, and now
1,000 times.
I'm talking to the person on the video. That's wild.
It kind of blew up on TikTok. TikTok kind of like took it and ran with it. Yeah, so
it was clean as hell.
Yeah, because you did that with David, right? Yeah, that was
Yeah, me and David did that one.
Yeah,
and the funny thing, it was like we thought that was one of our worst ones that we were gonna pull out.
That's not even like the hotness. Like that's not even.
It was like because y'all was still when I met y'all was still looking for the spacing for that, but like it came out clean. It came out clean though.
What?
No, you're like this isn't even us going. We're still like counting in our heads like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Like it wasn't even hot like that for real. And then 2. I do want to I'm sure people can like research and do the things, and we already said B-Boy Swerve. But it does say he's an Emmy winner, so like
congrats.
He knows something. He do something.
Yeah.
With the
also
Doom.
Call of Duty. If you guys Warfare. Probably have played my character, if you played Modern Warfare.
Hold on. Don't say the name. All right, you gotta say the name. I'm getting
COD, Modern Warfare. Which one?
It looks just like me. He looks
it looks just like you.
He has a British accent because he's from the UK.
Oh, Dan is racking his brain.
Is it?
Oh man,
he's one of the earlier characters that you can unlock.
Yes,
he's one of the.
His daughter's birthday is just in the way right now. Just taking up storage.
Gotta remember something.
Are
you Thorn? You're Thorn.
Yes, I am a Thorn.
Yeah. I had to look it up.
Okay.
I had to look it up, but you're Thorn.
Yeah.
That's dope. First of all, we're live, right? So
we're live, so you can you can fanboy as much as you want.
No, chill out. I was like, his operator looks like the realest nigga in military. Mind you, he's one of the few black characters outside of like 21 Savage and 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg that you can play, right?
Okay.
And
that's a wild cast of black characters to be included in, bro.
I know. I was really happy about that.
You're what, one of maybe 10?
Yeah.
One of maybe 10.
Fun fact, I actually never played the game myself.
Really? I mean, well, you're busy. You're busy out here fighting people with laser swords.
Busy out here getting Emmys and whatnot. It's fine. Like
he's like, I worked. I did the game. What else? Why I gotta play it?
Like, no.
There's some people who do and other people who play.
Pedro Pascal didn't play the game.
I actually want to jump on one of those. I kind of want to do maybe a YouTube video of like myself playing the game for the first time.
Oh, you should definitely do it.
You got to.
I will watch that.
Right?
I will watch that just to see just to see the reactions.
Yeah. Now I've seen some of the kills. It's kind of traumatizing a little bit, kind of seeing yourself die on screen continuously.
Hey, yo, I will never. Now that I know it's you, I
Like,
will never play as that character again, just so I don't tarnish your name.
horrible ways. I was like, dang, like they really murking me right now.
Yeah,
Like, see
Yo.
like
Okay,
it's different
well.
when I'm doing the stunt and I know it's coming, but
Mhm.
when it's just like, oh damn, that man fucking no scoped me from like,
It's like that's really you,
from all-
bro. How do you
like
feel about
yeah,
it?
if
That's
I was
really
really in
you.
the military.
It's like, no, that's really you.
Sad,
Like,
sad, man.
And I won the Emmy from Love, Death, and Robots. If you ever seen that show, Love,
Yes.
Death.
whoa. Oh, is that
Yeah,
the LDR?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I love Death and
I thought you
Robots.
were just saying that you won like multiple Emmys. Like,
Oh no, it's just how.
No,
it's like,
that's where you won it from.
If you've
gotcha.
have you seen season 3? Season 3,
Yeah.
Kibaro was the title of it. It was with the Golden Woman and the Deaf Knight.
Okay.
Word.
Yeah, I was the Deaf Knight. I was the soldier in that one, who like got captured and
This is like
did
the
all the
biggest.
dance.
Like this is the biggest guest we probably ever talked to.
Yeah. We
Oh,
gotta
man.
get you on the Blerdbar. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Hey.
down. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
if
right.
you follow them back at the Blerdbar, Swerve, man. They good people.
Please follow
they
us
my
back.
brothers, man. They were
Yeah,
brothers.
they send me. Did they just follow me? I'll jump.
Yeah,
they
on.
did.
We just followed you.
I followed you from the sub channel, Afro Izakaya, because I started talking about anime and stuff. But he followed you from the main thing, probably.
Yeah. And
Afro Izakaya and the Blurred
Mhm.
Bar. There we go.
Yeah.
yeah,
You guys.
But yeah,
we
man.
will be in touch because
Sure.
one, I want to nerd out more.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
this
no,
is not
you-
my
I-
podcast.
I wish you guys were able to be there for the Yu Yu Hakusho episode. He gave us such a perspective on the live action that it was like so like cool. Like just talking about the fight scenes and everything. Like first of all, the fight scenes in that. Well, as we're rehashing now at this point. Like the fight scenes
It
in
was
that
great.
was dope though.
Honestly, I was actually, it's funny because we've been talking about this for a while. I just been stupid busy on a lot of stuff, but we're planning on doing having a live section where I'm gonna be basically me and probably David and possibly Fiction and them. We're gonna review fight scenes from different movies, like old kung fu films or new action films, and like say what's good about them, what's bad about them, and like simple pointers and facts and stuff. And obviously from like an urban black perspective, and just like what people can do because yeah, there's not, like you said, there's not a lot of us out here, and that's honestly why we kind of blew up, is because the representation is low for us, people of color. And usually we're just like thugs, gangsters, like forever, like soldiers or bodyguards, and like besides Michael Jai White, who do we got? Out here really.
I was about to say
Wesley
that was the
Snipes,
only other person I could think of. Wesley,
right?
Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
it?
very short
Yeah.
list. Yeah.
That's
You're like,
it.
no.
You
Now that-
guys, that sounds like a dope episode to even have. What's her name? Sammy Ryder.
Yeah, Samurai Rider.
Oh yeah, we know her too. Yeah.
Oh, y'all do know her? Oh, y'all already know her? Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they know her. Yeah, they got it.
Together,
They got it.
People know each other, huh?
The industry is small, but I personally haven't met her yet. I just know my homies who trained her for the Woman King and people who dubbed it. She's come to LA a few times, but she's based in the UK. Fun fact: Thorn is from the UK. I also am a dual citizen. I have the UK. That's where my family's from the Caribbean, from a British colony. So
Okay,
my
snap.
brother's out
Okay.
there in the UK. So I got to pull up there, and I was on the Wheel of Time. And I was we were going to do The Witcher 2 as well, but COVID kind of shut us down. So
Yeah, man.
Europe kind of
COVID.
do that stuff. But yeah, well, I'm
Content
probably going
killer.
to see about swinging by over there, and hopefully we can do some collabs because there's a lot of us coming up, and we just need to showcase the skill sets that we have, and like really be able to like I want to have better representation than us just in the thuggery type of shit, like we
For
want-
sure.
Also,
We don't want the coonery and the buffoonery to continue.
Yeah, we athletic
Weird
as hell,
pitch,
bro. Like,
though. Weird pitch. Hang with me for a second.
Oh, no.
A gang movie, but everybody breaking out into martial arts.
Like
There's
that-
no blickies. No blickies.
Okay.
Just straight hands.
We
Gang-
slightly got that with Luke Cage.
Didn't RZA do that?
again, that was like we had the one capoeira dude
Right.
who was
You had
the,
the
like
Bushmaster, yeah.
But,
Bushmaster.
What was his name? RZA did a movie, Iron Fist.
No, I know what you mean.
Yes, Iron Claw, but
with the man with no arms, right? The man,
Man with an iron claw or something. Iron
Yeah,
fist.
I know what you're talking
It
about.
was one of those things. I know
yeah,
it
because he
wasn't
had
like,
his arms cut off, and then he had to
Yeah.
weld he became like
It wasn't
Jax.
good though.
yeah, pretty much.
I'm, just pitching it again. Where
Hey,
you,
I mean,
think it's
there's
about to go
always-
down with a whole gang war, and then everything,
it's like
Yes.
whole setups.
that's cool. I'd like it.
Be refreshing.
Where are you guys based? Where are you guys based?
Philadelphia.
We're based in Philly.
Yep.
East
I'm
Coast.
from Philly, bro. You could have caught me. I was
Bruh,
I'm
why you
originally
ain't tell me,
I was
man?
there for the holidays for Christmas.
Bruh,
I'm
now
originally
I
from
know. We know.
outside of Philly.
Wow. Thanks for the invite.
Right.
He
Yeah,
moved
now
on
I
to
know.
Hollywood.
Now I
right
know.
Because there's a uppity.
Now I know, man.
Win one Emmy,
Like,
right?
Kevin Hart.
Forget where he come from. Wow.
He ain't dropped no song yet. Say he was from West
Nah.
Philly, so he ain't wanted nobody to
I'm
know.
a liar
Right.
that I'm from outside of Philly, so obviously I gotta tell people that I'm from Philly if they don't know Philly, but I'm from Bucks County. I'm like 40 minutes outside.
Gotcha.
We know you. We
Yeah.
claim you.
Yeah,
We'll
we claim Bucks County.
We'll claim that one.
Right.
Yeah, we claim Bucks County.
Yeah, right.
He's
You
one of
know.
the good ones.
Yo,
Okay.
I will have. I do gotta
Jeez.
tell this story though. It's like, first of all, like definitely you guys. Like I said it already. Me and Swerve met at Anime NYC. It was the way we met that I wish I recorded it. It was so fucking funny. Like, so I walk up and I'm like, first of all, I see Dave first, and I was like, "Hey, I know you." And he was like, "Oh yeah, you watch?" I was like, "Yeah." Then it was like, and then he pointed at Swerve, and I was like, but Swerve was in cosplay, so I didn't recognize him right away. And I was like, "Wait, I know you too." So like, I was like, "You guys want to be in a video?" So I did my question that I shouldn't do. I did my question that I shouldn't. But then I asked him, I was like, "Wait, y'all watch anime though, right?" And he was like, "What'd you say?" I had never been pressed at an anime convention. So he walked up to me.
He's like, "Wait, y'all watch anime, right? At Anime NYC,
Right.
bro."
Like, I'm just here.
Who you think? What you think? Right now?
Well,
You thought?
What would have been wild
Like-
is me standing next to you while you asked that question. I would have been like, "Sorry for my friend here. We're gonna go. We'll chat this again later. Maybe if you're
He was
around."
like, yeah, he was like, yo, you know these people out here, they be faking it. So like, I know. I'm not one of them. Don't pull up on me. Don't try me, bro.
It was
Like,
crazy,
no,
though.
We not them, bro.
Because I think he thought I was going to back down, but I didn't. I was like, "Look, man." Like,
We were shoulder to
That's what it
shoulder. He was like,
we were shoulder to
What's up?
shoulder. I
What's
wish
up?
I got that on video.
What you
bro.
got? What's your top 3, baby? What's your top 5?
After seeing his videos, I would have backed down. I ain't even gonna hold you. I would have been like, "You know what? I want no smoke. I'm at the convention. I'm just
Nah,
trying
I
to get home to
respect
my
it. I was
family."
like, we dapped up. We were like, all right,
We dapped up after that was like, and that's how the connection made, man. I was like, yo, I felt like in that moment I had to do it. Otherwise I wouldn't have been respected.
Right. No, you gotta hold your ground. Stand your ground. Stand on business.
I respect.
He wouldn't have been on this call.
Right.
Yeah.
We would
You
have
don't want
never
no
heard
fake-
from go again.
Yeah, there be mad fakers out here, bro. I'd be like, yo, what are you talking about? You don't know this? Like, we gotta press people and let them know because they try to, especially. But I'm not gonna come for the e-girls, but I'm gonna come for the e-girls. Like y'all cosplay and y'all don't know nothing about no series you get on Amazon, and you buy a wig and a costume that's trending.
He out
And
here
your
trying
ass
to cancel
taking
the whole
photos.
episode.
Look,
And
man, I
you're
don't think that's
like,
going to
yo.
be canceled. I'm just saying, I stand on business with this. I
The
agree.
man's got an Emmy though. We're not. He can say it.
No, he can't.
I can do. I really
He
really
went
do
after
all
the
that.
e-girls. That's where all them.
Mm.
That's where all their business come from. Come on, bro.
Exactly. Nah, but
that and OnlyFans. What else do they
I
have?
said, wait, they're called e-girls?
Yeah, they're all the girls that are like,
yeah, e-girl,
Woo
electronic,
woo,
yeah.
and,
they put their legs together in a certain way,
high
or they
school
kneel.
DD, I guess would be
High school DD.
Yeah, that's
So wait,
all
all right, because there's a difference though. I just want to clear. I just want to be, as a black man. There's no ladies here to protect themselves. I want to be the black man that protects women.
Oh no!
Oh,
E-girls
okay,
is
Hey,
not
hey,
a
somebody's
black
simping
girl
over
thing.
here, bro. Is he simping right now? Is
I-
that what we doing right
mm.
now, bro? Like who you got? Who's watching this right now for you?
What is simping if not love persisting? You know,
He just wants to clip that one. He has that one podcast clip where he
What's that
gets that
one?
clip and he can put it on
I
his
stand up.
Instagram.
No,
He's like, I stand up for the ladies.
I stand up.
Stand up for the ladies.
You
Hey.
I stand up.
Because it sounded like you was like he could say whatever he
I'm
wants.
saying e-girls is a problem.
So wait, are they not real
What do you mean?
e-girls?
Are they real people?
No, they are.
Yeah. They're real people.
Yeah,
You just calling
yeah.
me. I'm sorry, I'm old. So like,
Oh,
hey,
you
and I'm
know
showing,
about that.
They were
I'm
like,
showing my
what is that
age
thing?
right
It's
now.
like they're electronic girls.
Right.
They are VR.
Like, is this the lobster? Like, what is?
Are they internet
is
girls?
this?
like,
Is this
Bruh.
iRobot?
you
But
only
like
encounter them
anime?
through
Like,
VR? No, they are real people who like.
Yeah.
This is their personality.
Dress up.
They think.
Yeah, no, there's
I didn't buy Apple Vision, so I don't know what you guys.
no, it's literally
There's
their
a difference between like the VTubers
Mhm.
and e-girls. You know, like I know what you mean. So, but the
Yeah.
e-girls are just like girls who will dress up like popular video game or anime characters and cosplay them. And most of the time they do, like if they stream on Twitch, you know that they play. Or they watch the stuff usually. But a lot of the times they'll just have like they'll just go because they know that's a trend for them to just look sexy, but also like
Gotcha.
fake like they're a part of the community, but they
Mm.
they ain't never watched the show in their life. They don't actually care.
you
about
ask
it
them
as
legit
much.
questions, they
Like
don't know
you-
a lick.
Yeah, right. Like, or they'll just
Giggity.
know like the most popular one. It's like they'll be like, "Oh, Demon Slayer" or "Spy X Family" or whatever. You know, like that's they'll name so. But
That's
I was
interesting.
like, have you seen Neon Genesis Evangelion? Like, have you?
You gotta hit them with the
do you
hard
know
questions,
what
man.
And they'll be like,
Trigon or Outlaw
I
Song
think I
is?"
missed
Yeah.
that one.
It's
been
how
so
deep have you
long.
gone?
It's been so long
Yeah.
since I watched that episode.
That's funny. I think I don't follow, or even the people who I follow don't follow e-girls.
There's probably
so that's
some-
why I was like,
There's probably a few e-girls that follow the Blerdbar. I don't know, but they probably.
Here's the thing: to find an e-girl, you really gotta like know if they're e-girl or not. Because some of them play the part really well. They play the part really well.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I watched this.
Normally,
Right.
it's going to be a cloud lighting in their room, like with
A
like
cloud lighting.
lighting,
Yeah.
and then it'll be like a statue of like Anya or what's her name?
that's Ray.
Ray. That's what I couldn't remember. And like they're very much like the smallest anime costume you could possibly find.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's wild.
Some of the most popular ones that they'll even try to trick you by using like the classic characters like my Valentine. Like they'll dress up as her and be like, yeah, I watched this show. Like,
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well,
I popped in, but I didn't know what were you guys.
we was talking about
we're talking about Blue Eye Samurai.
Blue Eye Samurai, but we ain't even on that tip no more. Because
We're talking about
okay.
e-girls.
We were
Bad, I just
women
came
bashing.
out of the conversation and stuff, but
yeah, we were just
that's
talking
dope.
about Blue Eye Samurai, and like we've come to the like understanding like it's not an anime obviously, but like it's good regardless. We rounded up together. We gave it like a strong 4 out of 5. And
Oh, strong 4.
I said
That's
strong
strong.
4 out of or
Is it that
5.
high?
Huh?
No,
No, I said
Josh
rounded
said-
up together.
Josh said-
Together.
aggregating scores. Like,
He's up.
whoa.
Let's be
Not
honest. You
speaking
said
for me.
You said 3.7 or 3.5.
But then I doubled down on
He's
3.5.
standing on business of 3.5. You said 3.8. I said 4.
Yes.
When you take it out of the frame,
What can I ask why you say such a high score? 4? Why would you say as
When
an
I
anime
say
watcher? Yeah.
if you take the confines of anime off of it, it's a solid show. I put it in the same category as like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I wouldn't call it an anime.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I mean,
I mean, the
I
artistic
wouldn't
style.
call it that.
Well, I mean, like, it's not even the artistic style because we have a lot of anime now, like, that
Right.
are in the similar state of that. You know, like, especially on the Netflix side of things. But
Tekken
like, I mean, like,
Bloodline.
it could be. I think anime is relative to like saying because it was an English voice cast and it was made in America. You know, like it wasn't Japanese animation. That's the defining factor for me usually. Like if it's specific to Japan and a Japanese creator. But yeah, it was fun for what it was, but I think it was a great like I think the reason that the popularity was so crazy and talking to other people about it is because of how this was almost like a lot of people's first introduction to like hardcore fight scenes in cartoon or anime form. Like even Avatar obviously wasn't as crazy.
Right.
They didn't have all the blood and breaking of bones and everything, and it was the shock value portion. But for us who watch anime all the time, like that's just another day in the hood, you know. Like it was.
But we are the initiated.
Right.
Another day in the Blerd community.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I think that's why
compare that first episode to Attack on Titan's first episode. Come on,
I can't do that. I can't do that. That's like.
But that's why I give it a 4. I think when you take off the when you take it out of the category of anime, by itself, it's still a quality show.
It's funny. Did you see the? Well, I mean, like I would say the fight scenes are fun. I don't know necessarily the writing was all that great. Because there was like I was talking or I watched a review by what was his name? There was one guy who talked about it as well, and he was going show by show or episode by episode, and he was just like, yeah, the writing is not great, and also the power scaling is weird because she can do all this stuff and then she gets taken out by or she takes out some guy by like throwing a sword at him, you know, when he was like one of those things like and obviously, like near the end, she just became like John Wick 4. Like it was just, how are you able to survive all this? Like your body's destroyed and broken, but now we're back into it. So back into the anime side of things, you know, without.
I mean,
real
you
reason.
gotta suspend some belief.
Believe, yeah, right.
To like, you have to be like, all right. This obviously is a revenge tale. She's fueled by revenge. If you understand the confines of the story, But I think, all in all, for people who
you think she was an interesting character,
I do, largely due to the historic context, right, of being a half-white Japanese woman in the last popular known age of feudal Japan. And the story also not relenting to the fact that she's a woman, right? Like she had to hide that the entire time. Everyone else, this is culture for them. All the men, this is like their society. She comes in and just flips it on its head. I think for the modern world, having a female protagonist operate in that way does a really good job of one, marrying history and also giving you a good revenge story. Very Kill Bill-esque.
I think
that's my opinion.
I think to the question of is she an interesting character, in the space of a revenge story, yes. Because we already know, like, the premise has been set up that this is a revenge story. So it's like, okay, you got revenge, you got samurais, you got swords fights, and it's like there's enough ingredients where it's like I kind of know what to expect, and I'm here for the ride as long as you don't push me out with like horrible like storytelling or horrible like acting or horrible like writing, as you were saying. But like for all intents and purposes of it being within a revenge story, I don't know if I need that much depth in what is it, like arcs and whatnot for her. We were talking earlier about a certain trope where the main character like passes out and then like comes, like they have a flashback that brings them back, and it's like they get back into it and they're like ready to go. yeah, it's a revenge story. That's gonna happen. So I'm here for it. Like I know that turn is coming.
I
like
see that look, Dan.
I see that GPS turn coming, and it is what it is. So I think that's such a hard question. I think it's a valid question because you don't want it to be deadpan.
Right.
But I think that is a hard question to answer when you're dealing with such a stereotype of like the fact that it's a revenge story.
Right.
Yeah.
So
if I had to answer, I think she's interesting to an extent. I think the world that she's placed in and everything that she's going through, including like, and not just to say her personal development, the development of everyone around her, and like how the story like unfolds with everything makes her interesting because she's kind of like the center of it. So I feel like in that sense, yeah, she's interesting, but it's also how she affects everybody else because like the way that what's the name Akemi,
Ringo?
the girl,
Akemi.
Akemi?
The princess.
Yeah, like the way she affected Akemi. Like Akemi went from one side of the spectrum to no, I'm going to be great. I don't need to be happy. Like
that was what I was going to bring up. I was going to ask you is she's your favorite character? Because actually, I think the princess's side story was way more interesting.
Far more interesting. Yeah.
Way more interesting.
Far more
the B story than her. I actually look at her almost like, and I may get some slander for this, but I think it's regular. She's like Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. Like Tanjiro's like arc in the beginning when he was by himself training arc, great. But when he started joining everything else, he's a flat, boring main character who just only has one route of I can do this, keep going, versus like everybody else. Like I'm more interested in the Hashira's backstory. I'm more interested in the leader. I want to know what's going on with the actual demons. Like I actually care about them more than the main characters themselves. So.
Could it be said that she is kind of because like to a hammer everything looks like a nail, right?
Yeah.
And in a way, does that make the hammer and or characters like her, like the hammer, like Mizu, the straight man? Like this is a revenge. It's her story. 1, 2, her story is a revenge story. At least the one that we're on with her at this point. So like everything that she's doing is on that path of like, you gotta go. You gotta go. You're in my way. You gotta go. Like I'm killing everybody. You either with me or you not. And honestly,
steamrolling.
I don't even want nobody with me.
But they set up so many things that they just let fly flat that kind of like annoyed the hell out of me. I was like,
ooh, like what?
Why do you have this apprentice? Like, when are you gonna actually start training him?
Never.
If he's gonna
Ringo.
Like, yeah. Like
the so-called apprentice.
Why did they have
like
that? Yeah. Like he was supposed to be her moral compass. I guess he was supposed to be like the kind of, but it was like they said it. They also in the first episode it was great because when they did the first fight scene, they were talking about the different styles. Like this shit is trash versus what is trash. So you're setting up like, and you're setting up these fights where she obviously learned all these different styles from the samurai that came. So, but then never again. We heard nothing about it in any other fight scene. Like that would be dope to be like, okay, you're using this versus this technique and this versus this technique to like take out different styles and like beat off different bosses.
You get all of that in season 2.
I don't think you do. And here's why. I don't think you get any of that in season 2. I think, unfortunately, with that, what he's talking about in that episode, and because it's a season of 8 episodes, that is to showcase exactly like you're just supposed as the viewer, you're just supposed to pick up on, oh snap, she's watched all these things and like she just moves in this way because she's learned all these things. I'm not saying that it's a great way of exposing and like expanding the story. I think you're totally right. I also think that they had 8 episodes and they were like, you're either going to pick up on this fact and keep it moving or you're going to be mad about it. So what do you choose to do? You going to be mad about it?
But she mentioned it one time, right? They talked about it. And so like what would have made all these other additional fights more interesting is even just being like understanding. Even when she went against the guy who like faked who he was in order to be the assassin and get the like the broken sword, right?
Mhm.
She could have like understood. It could have been a redemption arc of like, hey, I learned these counter styles in order to get this sword back. You know, like to know what your style is, and I learned. And she was beaten down by him multiple times, right? In that when she was younger, but now she learned his style to be able to utilize. It's like having special moves but not using it. And at the end, it just became a hack and slash, right? She was just good because she was good. It wasn't because she was like, I was able to remember this style that I trained for, which is what we're kind of used to in anime in general. Like heroes go on their training arcs, they gain new abilities, they level up, and they get new special techniques, and then they utilize it in order to gain victory. And
I don't think you're wrong in the least bit. I'm saying what they're not going to do in 8 episodes is that. Right? Like,
They're not.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong at it.
That sounds like a season with 20 episodes.
Right, like
But I mean, like that's technically what it was, because 24, like you do, because they're hour-long episodes, right? Or 45 minutes. So if we're talking about anime time, you still got like a good 16 to 20 episodes to be able to have done all that, right? We're on the Netflix side of things.
Yeah, but Netflix's pacing doesn't coincide with anime pacing, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, I once again, this goes back to like, oh, that sounds cool. Is it gonna happen? Probably not.
No, I don't think it. It was just why there's a rule of thumb in film: don't show something unless you're going to use it. So, like, if you see like somebody places keys down on a table, it has to be relevant to the storyline, or there's no point in putting that shot in, because you're like, oh, somebody's going to use those keys. Like, you better pick up those keys. Either they're going to forget them and it's going to be important later down the line, or somebody's going to get stabbed with them. You know, like it's going to be something that you don't have like a full shot to show that. So why are you going to mention this and then just throw it away? Like she used it for that one effect, but it's like,
Dan is calling it.
I'm trying to tell you.
At best,
here's how I look at it.
I don't think that gets mentioned ever again.
Possibly.
Yeah, why would it be mentioned? I don't understand why would they mention it.
Especially when we're going to London. I don't know.
Because one, the way that they're likely going to tell season 2, and normally how this is done, even for Daredevil when it was on Netflix, right? Like, you barely get any backstory in season 1. All of season 2 is flashbacks of him with why can't I remember the blind guy? I can't.
Stick.
Yeah.
So all of season 2 is him interacting with Stick, right? Young Matt learning from Stick and doing all that. Because now that you're invested in the main character, you get explanation and exposition on their development. That's normally how they set these things up, largely due to the fact that the London arc, or them getting to London, is going to be so like flash in the pan, like them getting to London and finding whoever the third guy is.
Oh, we're not seeing them
flash in the pan.
We're opening in season 2 with them already in London,
right? But I'm saying them being in London is going to be, and getting to the third guy is flash in the pan. It is going to be a lot of internal conflict. Of, do I trust Fowler to keep him with me?
No.
I think Fowler being the devil on the shoulder.
That's the whole season, though.
And her realizing because if you do devil on the shoulder from Fowler, you have to find out who's her angel on the other one. It can't be Ringo. She just met the bull and left. It
could be.
It's not Ringo, because Ringo leaves unless
she left.
Yeah.
But I
think that's the return.
And it's also not the sword master or the sword maker, because he's old and has already done his part for her development. You get who her sword master was. You think
they chased them? You think they chased them over to London from Japan?
No, I don't even think Ringo realizes that she's alive. I think Ringo thinks she's dead.
Everything that we see for her angel on her moral compass for season 2 is going to be her remembering what her sword master taught her. That's my pitch.
I mean, she already did that,
but you saw him once, right? But the sword maker was her moral compass, along with Ringo and Taigen. All these other people were doing it, were balancing the scales for her to stay on path for her revenge, but at the same time not lose her humanity. Now that she's in London, Fowler's in her ear. The only thing she can do now is remember who she was before all of it, like what set her on this path.
Or they introduce new characters.
Or they introduce new characters. But
I think new characters is the way to go.
Honestly, I strongly believe they are going to flashback the heck out of this season.
Which is also annoying because I'm like, why did we bring our apprentice boy in for what is he there for?
Yeah.
You know?
He's there for season 3 when she returns to Japan.
As if she goes back to Japan. I just feel like, and I hope I'm wrong, but after London, I feel like they're gonna go further west to like the Americas or something like that. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
You know for sure they're going to the Americas.
Nah.
You know it.
That's where the last guy has to be. That's come on, the very last guy, the fourth guy. That's where he has to be.
You don't put guns in the show unless you want to support capitalism.
I feel like
who else is the capitalism world? It's America.
I feel like you depart so far from the essence of the show if in the third and final season you go to America.
Yeah, because it's going to be about Japan, and then also we still have Akemi's arc, so she has to come back as like the new
She returns to Japan. Her girl's like she's no longer the princess. She's running. If she's not in command, she's like second in command, maybe third. But like she's in there.
You regroup with Taigen.
She's running everything behind the scenes for sure.
Taigen and Ringo are like best buds.
Taigen and Ringo are best
right?
buds.
Yeah, they go on their own like Timon and Pumbaa arc.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because Akemi was like, Akemi's development was crazy. She was just like, look, I don't love you no more. I'm out. Like
she really was like, it's about that paper, and
she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. She's like, I could either be a wife or I could be a queen. And
right.
She chose what she chose.
Yeah.
So obviously you're going to polarize those two, which is crazy because you're just like, woman versus woman, which is a very default trope. Yeah.
No.
When you have, let's be honest, when we saw Korra, they were very much like trying to pit her. When you get Korra in the first season, she's literally catfighting with the girl she ends up with. I can't remember her name.
I'm saying it does not make sense for Akemi to be pitted against Mizu. Even if she's like third in command, like that doesn't make sense, especially if the fourth and final person is in cahoots with like
Akemi.
the not Akemi, he would probably be in cahoots with like either the top or just somebody around in her court.
Gotcha.
But it's like, oh, you that bull? And then Mizu's gonna show back up and like, yo, you already know who I'm here for. And Akemi's gonna be like, oh, like there might be political reasons why you can't just outright kill him, maybe make it look like an accident, but I don't think she's
the
gonna
whole
be.
show for the people.
Oh, we so totally are.
Look at us go.
But it's cool because Swerve is out there in LA, so like he's there. So like
we get you out there, bro.
We'll see what's up. I'll see if I get any inside looks.
Swerve gonna come back with the inside scoop, and he gonna message us, be like, "Hey, look, this and this and this. This
now we gotta fly
down.
to LA to do a podcast with him. It's crazy. Or we can just wait till he comes back home for the holidays.
That's true.
Nah, no time like the present.
No time like the present.
He was like, "Don't sleep on it because I'm working."
He's like, "I might blow up."
We're off strike now, so things are going back into the work. So, just juggling a lot of the stuff that we're doing, and of course, we're pushing more of the action acting side. But we got a lot of things in the works this year and next few things, and just stay on the lookout because. There's going to be some interesting developments that we got going on behind the scenes. I can't drop all the gems and all the stuff that we got going on.
Please don't. I want to be shocked. I want to see it drop. I want to just see it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be like, I know that guy.
Yes, sir.
Like you don't know
They're
that
gonna be like, hey, I
guy.
know that guy. I know that
Yeah.
guy.
Hey, we'll see. We'll definitely see each other at DreamCon, right?
Oh, I'm going for
Dreamcon.
sure, man. You know, I already got my tickets.
Uh,
Already got
I
my
don't know.
tickets, Swerve.
Is that in?
That's
Hold
Westfield.
on, hold on. They acting kind of sus. What you mean?
No,
Whoa, not
Whoa,
sus.
whoa,
Sus, not
whoa, whoa.
sus.
Like
So
you not coming
we're
through?
not- hold on. This is we're new to the conventions. Wait, hold on. Let me explain. we haven't done conventions yet, like for real, which is likely the reason why we still out here under the radar. But DreamCon, that's where
Texas.
Baltimore, I think.
Texas.
Whoa,
Texas.
Texas?
That's what I thought. Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Oh, it was hot as hell last year.
The looks that we're giving each other is that we have wives, and I have kids. So it is either we all going to Texas
in July. I would
Right.
say do it. Yeah, go pull up, make it a family vacation,
So-
or just say it's a business work station or whatever. But it's
man.
it's the Blurred convention. It's the Blurred convention. So
I have heard that.
RDC
I've heard the
World
same.
runs it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it went from 5,000 to 30,000 last year,
Oh, trying to get in day one.
and
like
this year is going to be more.
trying to get in day one was a hectic thing.
Yeah.
Well, like, not even just
we-
all right,
we
not
wanted to
day
shout
one.
out-
I won't say that. Just the first few hours. I know this year. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait until like the line dies down.
And honestly, if you guys want, like again, like to just for increasing your following or increasing the visualization of your audience, it's just something that'll definitely be important because you connect with us, like, and it's different, bro. If
All right.
honestly you go there, you got to go to other cons first.
And then-
Have some regular cons, and then you can understand why we different.
Gotcha.
Because like you go there
Mhm.
and you like, oh no, this is
So
not.
we got to hit a BlurCon this year, and then DreamCon, because that'll be our 5th birthday. That will be our 5-year anniversary.
Oh, definitely,
with-
man.
You've been
Make
doing
it
this for
happen.
5 years and you ain't gone to no conventions? What?
We learning now.
I think it's time to end the podcast.
Yeah, we gotta go.
What's going
Hold on, we gotta-
Man, it's been 5
So-
years.
Listen, hold on, wait, listen. Okay, hold on, wait. He's dragging us now. So, this is on a
That's
recording.
your own fault, bro. I'm just
No,
spitting-
you're
I'm just
absolutely right.
repeating
You're
what you
absolutely
say.
right.
In fact,
You're absolutely right. We did this one. We started in the pandemic, right? And so things opened up, and life just kind of happened for a lot of us. So we kind of were just like,
I think
you had a wedding.
Yeah.
I had 2 kids during the pandemic. Like, you know what I'm saying?
wow,
Like,
that's crazy. That sounds
So-
like mad terrible excuses, like that you can't just walk into a convention.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous, bro. Like
Swerve,
you're really
wildin'.
pulling out the
You
bull, the
wildin'.
BS right now and saying like,
If you could just end
You-
our part of the stream. You could just click
is it
us
this
off.
red button right here?
Yeah,
Is it red button right here?
I mean, I mean, you guys
Yeah,
can
that's
dip out whenever
crazy.
you want. I
Wow.
have technically have control of the stream,
Wow.
but like,
Tone, end the stream.
I think that
bro,
probably-
nah, you stay there.
yeah.
You stay there.
Come on, bro.
Honey, yes. Oh yeah. I'll be right there, baby. Okay.
Nah. You guys got the pop figurines in the background. Are
Yeah,
you
you
an
know.
e-girl? Are you the fake? Are you the e-girl?
nah, swear, I gotta come to
No.
defense for my boys. They definitely not e-girls. They real.
We
They
traveling
real.
out here,
They
fam.
real. They
Hey,
real.
yo. 'Cause I don't know about all.
They real. See,
Why you call this
you know what? You know what's crazy? This is the press. This is the press.
That's what I'm saying.
This is
That's
the
right
press.
here, yeah.
Come on. Come
All right,
on
this
now.
the press. So we'll be at BlurCon this year. Philly Otaku
Yes, sir.
Fest. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be
Yes,
out
sir.
here. We're gonna start moving and shaking, and then DreamCon hopefully next year. Because
New
I
York
was
got a
always
lot of stuff. You can just drive down
can
for
drive
a,
to
for
New
a
York.
day. You can drive to New
Anime
York.
Anime
New York's
NYC
right there.
tickets. I think they dropped, right? Or they about to?
They dropped like a month ago.
Did they really?
No, that
fun
was the
fact,
pre-sale.
You guys should apply for press for
right.
industry and press. So
Yeah.
you get free entry to all the cons. Don't pay for anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
Look,
so
look at
just-
this.
just-
He's out here dropping gems. After
Yeah.
calling us
Yeah, I'm gonna
e-girls,
save
this is
y'all a
wild.
lot of money. I'm gonna save y'all a lot of
Appreciate
money.
Yeah, I'm applying for
Yeah.
press for Anime NYC. So
Yeah,
All
apply
right.
for that usually.
And then it's the crazy thing he called it the e-girls. And I'm like, what do I have to do?
I'm be
Like,
real
do I
with
have
you.
to start pulling
I'll
out
be real
comic
with you.
books?
Nah, you
Like, I don't
good
know,
though.
man. Like, just because everybody got a podcast don't mean that it's
You're
legit.
right.
Like
You're
y'all
right
could be
about that part.
googling. You could be googling before.
Nah.
All right, what's your
Nah.
top 5? What's your top 3?
Top 3 anime, go. Because I'm not an anime guy. I'm the comic book guy.
Top
that's how
three anime. Samurai Champloo is up there. I'd have to say Evangelion is up there because it's a classic. It's one of the first ones that I got started on. And then for the third, Brotherhood might be a thing. Death Note is also up there.
Brotherhood is probably my first one.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good one though.
You watched the OG?
I watched both,
and Brotherhood is just I was like, oh, this is what they meant to do. That's good.
Yeah, that's exactly what they meant to do.
So glad they got it right the second time.
Right.
I like the first one. What do you mean? They did Nina
Brotherhood
way better in the first one.
Oh no, I'm not saying the first one was bad. I'm not saying that, but I'm just like,
nah, it wasn't you. I was talking about him.
Brotherhood is better.
Brotherhood's definitely fire though. No, yeah, it is.
It's better.
Casher and Sins was really good. It was also very depressing, much like Wolf's Rain.
Oh my gosh, Wolf's Rain. Okay, I respect. All right, I respect it. You mentioned
you've earned.
That's a class.
You have survived the press. You have to.
You did well.
Yeah, I don't know how valid you are in the comic book space, so I can't really, But
I feel that. What is your top? Are you Marvel or are you DC?
So I read comic books like in general.
Okay.
When I say comic books, it's comic books.
Because this top isn't even in Marvel or DC. Saga isn't in.
Saga is
either
Image.
of those.
Invincible is the best superhero comic book of all time. I'll stand
Really?
on it.
Yeah, no, Invincible.
Best superhero comic book of all time. Even if you're watching the Amazon Prime show, you're not getting the full effect. I stand on business for that.
Where do you read? Do you purchase or do you read online?
I purchased a lot growing up, and now I've kind of chilled back just because.
Well, let me find. I gotta find that Invincible
by Robert Kirkman. You can get it on Comixology or,
Amazon Prime.
Watching it on Amazon Prime, but yeah.
Well, no, but like
Amazon has.
Oh, I've watched it already.
I think Amazon does have like the series.
Yeah, Amazon also has the comic book app called Comixology. It's now
that's what I meant to say. Yeah.
So
got it.
If I got to pick a Marvel one, series wise, is always going to be Marvel Civil War, the first one.
Classic,
phenomenal. There's nothing else. It would also toss up between Ed Brubaker's Winter Soldier. If there's ever an arc for Captain America that's even come close to being good, it's Winter Soldier. That's why the MCU version is actually good. Immortal Hulk by Al Ewing, phenomenal. And DC, if I got to pick one, it'd be Blackest Night as an event series.
Okay,
there's as far as comic books are concerned, it's iffy when you try and read.
Who's in Blackest Night?
Blackest Night is a Green Lantern centric story. However, they find out through Blackest Night that there's more than just the 6 rings. The 7th ring is a black ring and it's death. And so it's phenomenal story. Next thing you know, you find out like all your favorite superheroes end up getting certain rings. So like Superman gets a ring, Batman gets one. And so they're all technically lanterns at some point in the story. And it turns out to be a really good story. And there's so much more out there outside of the Capes stories. But you have like Why the Last Man, another one that's crazy valid. Like if you're ever going to have a conversation with somebody in comic books and you don't mention like Saga or The Wicked and the Divine, stuff like that, like you're not really. I ain't just somebody that watch superhero shows on TV. Like I'm out here reading. But
what's funny is like, and you just brought up a point that I was thinking about. Like we all started as kids, I guess, on like as Americans, pretty much on comic book heroes, right? Like we only watched like Batman and Superman and Spider-Man growing up, and then we started discovering anime because it started popularizing. Like I don't know how old you guys are. I'm 35. So like
Same age. We
when
out
I
here.
was growing
Yeah.
up,
Mhm.
yeah.
You got an
so
Emmy, but you know, same a little bit.
we up here.
I hope.
No, it's the same thing. But it's like understanding where we where we started, and like I had to. The first touch was like Adult Swim, Toonami.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Toonami
like
is always
watching
going to be the
like
gateway.
Yeah.
That was the gateway drug.
100%,
to
right?
life.
At a certain point, Toonami hit was like the
Not
golden
for
age
me.
for anime in America.
And Fox Kids. Fox
Not
Kids
for Josh.
was
Though.
on it.
Josh was out here wilding. Josh
Oh,
first anime is Ninja
Yeah.
Scroll, right?
It was one of
Oh.
the top first three was Ninja Scroll, Evangelion, and Fatal Fury.
These are things that weren't
how is
allowed
that
on television.
possible? Like, how old were you? 13, 12? What, like, how'd you watch
I
that?
might have
Like,
been younger than that. 12. 12 is like the oldest I could have been, probably, actually.
watching Ninja Scroll.
12 is a maybe. It's crazy.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
He needs a hug. I mean, like for real.
I feel
That's
it.
why we can't be going on panels because everybody gonna be like, "Oh, you all right?"
Oh, you're right.
I'm
Oh my
well
God,
adjusted.
this is yeah,
Nothing can hurt me.
Nah,
Start
hey,
looking down,
I
finding
go
a
down
gun.
deep dark holes. I've gone down some, because all for the sake of purpose of art and understanding.
Yeah.
You know, but COVID.
Strong
COVID
suggestion,
had me
man.
go
Delete your
down some-
internet history, man. Just strong suggestion.
Nice, bro. Some of the darkest stuff, like, because honestly, so we're storytellers, right? And especially in the industry. And for me, I like to emotionally impact my viewers and stuff. And it's funny because like even before I started doing the social media stuff, like the more generic like fun fight scenes with fiction in our crew, like when I was just focused on stunts and doing stunts, like we usually make films and more serious shorts for our community in order to showcase our skill sets and our storytelling ability and stuff. And I've had a few different videos originally like kind of go like mini viral based on just like kind of like the brutality of it, the realism of it and stuff like that. And I've always been like, I actually was going to make a YouTube channel called Trigger Warnings because people were telling me like, yeah, we need to put trigger warning on this, like this is triggering and stuff. And so there's a lot of things that I was heavily inspired by. Like there's one short that I haven't put out yet, but like if you've seen Goblin Slayer episode 1.
That's Goblin Slayer, that was the darkest intro to that intro was dark.
And to see it,
that wasn't.
first of
if
all,
you've
to
seen
see it
ReZero
before it got redone is the crazier. Is even crazier. I would never put that on anybody.
Right, ReZero, the bunny rabbit scene. If you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like, or a few things, like the feelings that you got from ReZero, the things you got from like those were kind of the things that I was like, oh, I want to have people feel that. It's different when it's real humans. And that's one thing that I really figured out, because with anime, you kind of like understand that it's cartoons in the subconscious mindset, and it'll still affect you as heavy as Goblin Slayer and ReZero did. But when you do it with live people, it's even more visceral because people are like, "Oh my god, that's real."
What's that anime? It came out maybe a year or two ago on Netflix, and it was about Tokyo getting hit with like an earthquake. It was like Tokyo underwater or Japan. Japan sinks. Okay. Japan sinks. If you have not watched that, talking about like a visceral reaction to like real humans going through real stuff, Japan sinks was a wild ride.
I'm gonna have to watch that. I don't think I watched that.
I think it's on Netflix. If it's not, you'll be able to find where it is from. But like Japan sinks it was a good. I enjoyed it, but you know, I
need some dark stuff.
I'm also well adjusted, so
I love anything like
2020.
I have the anime that I watch during the daytime. I have the anime I watch during the nighttime. I have the anime I watch at 2 a.m. You know, like
2 a.m.
Right?
It sounds like a 2 a.m. anime.
I need some 2 a.m. anime like Happy Sugar Life, like some other stuff, like any of the super dark ones that they're just like wow, you guys are really murking these people in the most craziest ways. Like it's hey, the psychotic stuff.
That's crazy.
I am about it. I'll eat it up.
So you've definitely seen Parasite, right?
I was about to say Parasite.
Oh yeah, that's like a 11 p.m. anime, to be honestly. I read the manga first and it was good. It was like but it was
Gotcha.
like yeah, like it like
You know what? I just called
gore
it the
doesn't really gore doesn't really do it for me. It's more of how like the emotional impact because like
why
a lot
do
of
I care
times you
about
can
this
do
character getting eviscerated?
Yeah,
right
I get
and
that.
just like in the circumstances of how they're doing it and like and how they're messing people up like episode 15 of ReZero was so crazy to me because like bro like I don't know I don't want to put spoilers but if you've seen it um uh bro came out and just like one of them passed away. He died, you know, but it was the way he died, you know, like, and it was just like, it's like, damn, this man just went through the most shit ever, you know, in order to like, to just get fucked in the end continuously. And it's like hopelessness.
You should definitely watch Japan Sinks and
Yeah.
Tengoku Daime Kyoyu. It's on Hulu. Tengoku something.
Yeah, you just put me
We'll
on.
be having some good stuff. Like
Yeah.
Blood Sea is the one that I've been trying to. But actually, I was kind of annoyed because Hulu had that censored. Some of the shows I'm like, y'all can't. I gotta watch it online.
Well, now Disney owns the platform, so
Yeah.
you're going to see a lot more censoring on anime.
Which is
yeah,
lame.
super lame.
Now,
Tengoku
what? Let me look it up right now. It's Tengoku Daimakyo. Tengoku
It's funny,
Daimakyo.
I have brutal anime a list. Corpse Party, Maho Shoujo Site was one. Blood Sea, Magical Girl Raising Project. That was another one. Like When They Cry, Higurashi. Claymore was like maybe 12 a.m. Like it still was mainstream. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about like
he's framing it like in the mind of an Adult Swim person. This comes on at 12 a.m. for no reason.
Yeah, like it's
like, why are you still up?
Like Higuri is one, Magical Girl Spec Ops. There was a lot of like the magical girls just getting. I think that's what they like. Japan likes to like really fuck up like cute little girls and make them die in horrific ways.
Cold-hearted.
You know,
Definitely.
like if you watch, like there was one scene in Sword Art Online, the latest season, the last season, where his sister was getting murked and killed, and then revitalized.
Oh yeah.
Game. Remember when she got like a spear in the eye, like smashed in the eye and just exploded and stuff? And then
watched the latest season. This sounds wild.
No, it was the latest season was crazy because like in the latest season there was no holding back because in that world they actually felt all the pain like tenfold. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, it was it was returned to the first season's feeling of like, wow, this is a really good anime, but the first season wasn't. It didn't have the blood like you were in a horror story, but it was still I can show this to a lot of people. I wouldn't show a third season to like I want to sit down with a girl and be like, hey, let's watch this. You know, like that's not something.
Right.
Now here's something you really like.
Yeah, that's not something that I would deal with. They were doing the most to his sister. I was like, come on now. Like,
it was outrageous.
That's my boy's sister, bro. Why are you tentacle porning? Like they were doing a lot of stuff that I was like,
she landed. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like seriously,
it was crazy. So like some of that stuff, I was like, yeah,
but
yeah,
gentlemen,
oh man,
have you seen Perfect Blue?
Perfect Blue.
That's the old school joint.
I heard that.
That's old school.
That.
That is on my list of like I must watch this.
I'm gonna watch.
I've heard great things about that.
I heard Perfect Blue.
I watched it last year for the first time. And it's one of those things that, again, I don't care about gore. It doesn't have gore, but the circumstances of what she was going through is what made it so impactful and powerful. Yeah. And it's one of those things where you finish it and you sit there and you're just in the dark and you're just like, fuck. Like,
right.
Dad, you like sit and think about that shit for a minute, and I'm like, yeah, I like that. That's the kind of shit that I need. I don't need just like the kind of like, oh, that was crazy.
You heard it
Like I
here
need
first. You
the
need that 2 a.m. anime.
The 2
yeah,
a.m.
I need
2
that.
a.m. 2
2
a.m.
a.m., 3 a.m. anime.
I like how he
You gotta pull up to
categorized
3
it.
a.m.
2 a.m. I got the daytime, I got the afternoon, I got
What
the
I've learned-
evening, and I got the 2 a.m.
What I've learned is that Swerve is gonna have to be on our stuff like twice.
Yeah.
One for Blerdbar, and then another one for
Aphrodisiac.
Aphrodisiac.
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
can
yeah.
go in.
So you got you Swerve. We're gonna have to have you on twice. I don't know if you heard.
I'm with it. Yeah.
Afro-Izakaya is definitely like the anime portion of our podcast, and then Blerdbar is like Black culture, and we talk about nerddom from a Black perspective, and we drink while we do it. So
It's a vibe.
Okay,
100%.
word.
It's a vibe.
I don't drink, but I'm down to.
I
take
mean,
some-
you win
some
Emmys.
champagne.
You don't need to drink.
I'm with
Yeah.
If I was winning Emmys, I'd also be on this podcast being like, I don't drink.
Mocktails.
Right. You got any water for me? I drink. I make Emmys out.
Oh man.
I crap out Emmys is what I do.
I don't know
all
how to
bad.
respond to that comment. That
we're
was
we're
beautiful.
hoping the next one will be a really dope, impactful film that people are gonna really get behind. So that's at the end of the day, we're just trying to make some really good films, and just with some really great stories for us. Like I'm really about that. That's why really like to get behind the creators that we hang out with and help each other up and like just have some like doper representation for us because I taught English in Korea for 3 years after I graduated university.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
and
just
then
love how
spent a
you just
year-
casually just be like, you know what? I am this amazing person. I don't drink. I don't drink because I taught
No,
in Korea for 3 years. You know why I don't drink?
but
You know,
it was
I made an
it
Emmy.
was
You see this thing right here?
this is the thing. But it gave me and then I spent a year backpacking after that. I just sit there, but it allowed me to have like
Okay, Escanor. Jeez, like, all right, just
Escanor.
flex. All right,
that's for
awesome.
perspective.
Yeah.
But it gave me perspective on being Black outside of America and
That's right.
how people viewed us, and like a lot of people just see us through our film and shows and music and such, and the representation obviously for years hasn't been great. Like it's either like that. So having really positive media out there, like honestly it was crazy because the biggest impact that I saw, even when I was in Korea, they were like Obama, and it was huge.
Like, sure,
because
I'll
they were
take
like,
it. Like,
right. But other than that, they had fucking, oh, you gangster, or you can play basketball. That's pretty much what they had, their vision of Black people. So like having Obama had such a big impact of positive thought process for Black people. Like there's a lot of ignorant racism out there, or just ignorance in general, because it's based off of the media. But we once we start changing that, our media, our entertainment, it shows us in a different light, and we do actually get changed a lot, get treated a lot differently.
Yeah, it's definitely
Based on
that
it.
makes a lot of sense. Especially it's like you said, they don't know anything besides what they see on TV. So like the spectrum or the scope, if you will, is narrow. It's narrow because they don't know.
It's a wide leap though to go from Obama to a nigga in the streets.
Yeah, that is a wide leap. But there's no middle. Like where's the spectrum? Like there's like
Right.
I mean, now they're probably like Obama, Cat Williams, a nigga in the streets.
Yeah. I still gotta finish that. I gotta watch that podcast. I haven't
Oh,
seen
man,
all of it. I just
the
seen the clips.
episode.
Cat Williams was
Yeah.
wilding. I
It was
enjoyed
like
it.
2.5 hours, right? 3 hours.
Yeah, it's
2
like 3
hours and
hours.
46 minutes.
Yeah.
2 hours and
You
46
watched
minutes.
it all?
Watched every
I watched it
single
all. Cat Williams was spitting some type of heat, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't whether it was all 100% accurate or not. I'm like, I enjoyed
he
it.
was telling he was telling his truth. At
Yeah,
some
he
point.
was telling his truth.
And I was like, well, sure, I'm here for it.
I enjoyed the podcast one way or another. I enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
Man, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I mean,
whether it's true or not, it was all messy. Like whether it was like 100% true or 50% true, it was 100% messy.
Yeah. I mean, between
I
Cat Williams
appreciate the.
doing that and then the ball jumping over the judge's stand.
Let's not talk.
I
Wow,
don't
wow. No, my man
Black folks is being reflected in a very unique way for
2024 is going crazy right now.
Already.
Man, it's just
already.
We 9 days in, bro.
9 days
we
in.
Just started.
And my man cleared the
days in.
judges stand.
My man should have been an Olympian the way
now.
he cleared that. I'm just saying.
I mean, if he wasn't getting locked up, I would say you probably need to get him for your training. Yeah, the stuntman training.
I mean, he's flying, my man. Have you seen those prison videos?
Yo,
prison be going crazy. People be doing the most in prison, like climbing in the roof rafters and doing parkour everywhere. I'm like, y'all is doing some Batman shit. Come on now,
y'all talented.
and you just gotta start a whole prison program where you can, reallocate these.
Like the gym is
rehabilitate these guys into
rehabilitate
into doing
our
stunts.
New Black Panther squad.
And then now you gotta get them on SAG too. So that's
Bombay.
the crazy part.
Yeah, that's true. That's
but if you got some like prison to Hollywood pipeline type situation where they don't get the same, they ain't gotta pay the same kind of dues. But
oh my gosh, yeah, I think we can work something out. I was like, hey, it's fake. It's fake.
Get off of them. Stop hitting them.
Yeah,
let it go.
It may not be good for the image. You gotta work that out. That's on you.
We have reached the end.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
What is something that you guys wish you saw from Hollywood?
All right. Well, we will answer that question, but that'll be the last question for tonight.
I was about to say that's a whole other episode.
Right? That's a whole episode. All right, cut it.
Hold on. Can you
think about it? Write it down.
Can you write that question down? And
write it down.
When we got you back on the podcast, that's the first question we'll answer right out the bat.
I like that. I like that idea. I like that.
Part 2 of this conversation, because I really want to answer it, but that's probably the whole episode.
Yeah, no, I feel
a whole episode. I think is an understatement. Can I be there for this episode? Because that's
I think that would be the episode we have Tone and Swerve on. Like that.
Tone and Swerve. All right, so we'll hit you guys up. Make sure it goes on your calendars. Tone, appreciate you, man, for letting us take over.
Man, this was an epic night. I ain't gonna hold you.
Appreciate Swerve for taking over for the second part. He was all shaded, like
a new character.
Nah, man, Swerve. I'm glad you could stop by, man. I know you got a busy schedule, so glad you could make it.
I appreciate it.
And you got gentlemen, Blerdbar, Dan, J-Huck. I'm glad y'all can make it, man. Like, I know y'all schedule is busy. I know y'all was on a little bit of a break right now. So, but I can't wait for next season of the Blerdbar. Can't wait for that for sure. Man.
And now we gotta do conventions because otherwise
are we valid?
Are we even valid?
Y'all valid, but y'all received the press, so y'all now to do conventions now. Y'all been pressed.
You gotta do it. Yeah.
Now y'all got to stand on business.
Hollywood actor was like, "Are you even out here?
Are we though?
We not." So you know what I'm gonna do after when I wake up
you in these streets.
The first thing I'm gonna do, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell my daughter, I'll be like, "I talked to an actor yesterday."
He said that you wasn't real.
I wasn't real.
How old is she? 4. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, she'll understand.
Yeah, I was like, if she's like in her teens, then she probably know Henry Danger or Danger Force that I've been on. A lot of the younger kids like that show that I'm the character on. So
I've only seen that episode. I've only seen like an episode once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I was. It's past our generation for sure.
It's like you're not the target audience. Like, it's
definitely
not.
That was.
Watched that episode, and I was like, "What is this?"
It's like I've never seen that show before.
Yeah,
it's like you're not the target audience.
I think my little brother, when he was younger, was the biggest fan of that show, and I was like, "You got it. I don't know what that show's about, but you enjoy yourself."
Yeah.
But
comic book. I was in Ant-Man and the Wasp. If that's good for you.
I know. See now.
I've seen that.
There we go.
There we go.
At least 3 times. Did I enjoy it? It's a different story. But that's not this episode.
That's a whole different
episode.
episode.
Is funny.
That's a whole different episode. But
now I'm gonna go back and watch it just to see if I can see you in it. So that way,
you're gonna see me in the trailer. But that's still stuntman guy, like bad guy number 7 getting beat up by the Wasp and stuff.
It's a credit though. So
this is credit. Yeah, we have a few different things.
But
all right, man.
Like I said, guys, thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Great takeover, boys. Great takeover. Y'all had that conversation down. I was like, y'all got it. I ain't got it. I'll chime in. I ain't gotta worry about it. I'm gonna let the credits roll. Like let it go for itself. So
appreciate you.
Yes, definitely. And hopefully I know you guys will hit me and Swerve up about that episode, so can't wait to be on your platform.
Most definitely.
Be on your platform. Be on your home court. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
But
That'll be a good time.
Yes, for sure. But as always, guys, this has been the Blerdbar. This has been my boy B-Boy Swerve.
Hey, boy.
Blerdbar Takeover, Samurai episode. Y'all know what it is. It's Binge or Cringe. And as always, I'm your boy
Y'all have a
Ideal
blessed
Tone.
night.
I'm sorry.
You know how I go. I'm your boy Ideal Tone,
over.
and I'm just glad I can always make that known later.
Finger guns for spice.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
Now we gotta be everywhere.
At least
Now we need a press team.
Now we gotta get a press kit. We got
Bro,
we supposed to be taking our time off. But now we got work to do.